Alrighty, welcome everybody to Tuesday. Not Monday, Tuesday. We are ready for, of course, live market, pre-market right now, but very interesting times. Bitcoin just tapped that 50,000 today, guys. We've got a new stream, we've got a new overlay, we've got our coffees ready. Cheers to everybody for today. Got the coffees ready, got the water, and hopefully you guys like the improvements on the stream. So let's get ready to rumble, and welcome to everyone for today. We'll quickly go over to the futures to get started. I think that's a great place to get started here today. Let's have a quick shout out to everyone that's come in. Lego Spartan, Lynx, Samurai Jack, Pablo DeWaga, Lil Valdo, Fred, Dave as always, FC, Siddharth, great to have you here. Everyone loving the intro, that's awesome. I spent some time on that on the weekend, but look at this, the sea of green. The sea of green. Check out silver, 27.71. It's had some ups and downs today through trade. Platinum still 1,306. The market's come off a little bit here. I actually just need to get the pen ready. I forgot to load up my Epic pen. Can't be drawing on the screen right now. There we go. Check out some of these levels. We've got silver. We've got platinum. US dollar breaking through key support. We're looking at that in just a few moments, but we've also got a whole new overlay there. So let's have a quick look at the Forex markets. Not too much going on here other than the US dollar movement. Crypto markets red here. Quick check of the crypto over here. We've gone from 1.5 trillion and we're sitting about 1.491 trillion right now. Let's get back over to the other screen. Okay. Dollar index is where I want to start today, guys. This one here. Anyone get on this one? Beautiful trading if you got on this one. 4 hour. Check out this. Load up this. I put this in the private Discord community today. A few people saying my mic's low. Let me turn that up. Fixed. What's my sleep schedule? It's not good. It's not good. A few people saying the mic is pretty low, so hopefully that fixed it. Oh yes, so hopefully that does fix it. Dollar index here, this is the strength line. Actually, let's just quickly reload that Epic pen. It's not working properly. See if this fixes it. There we go. Now it'll work. Look at this, rejections, guys. Big pin bar rejections coming through this zone. I thought this was a very good setup. We're about to get the close underneath, which will of course signal dollar weakness. Can everyone hear me now? Did fix it. Mic's okay. Perfect. That's good. Did anyone see AMC's pre-move as well? I noticed a few people kind of, I'd almost call it shilling AMC on the weekend. Maybe that's a benefit for some of the holders out there. Some big moves in AMC pre-market we'll be talking about. But this dollar index has me interested. Closure underneath this zone. I was already very bearish on it this morning. As soon as I saw this candle, plus the engulf and everything else that's gone on recently in this, it just signaled that bearish pressure coming back through. Where to next for it? Well, of course, 90 flat is going to act as some kind of support. And then underneath there, I'm thinking like 80, literally all the way down to the 89.20, if not lower. We could go that low. It would be insane. Mic is good? Okay, good. I'm glad that's improved. Yeah. I thought it might pick up the webcam mic. It was horrible before, but it should be fine. So dollar index one, that is big. Let's have a quick look at Bitcoin as well. Just consider what's going on there. You'll notice also on the left-hand side, I've made it so that we can always see the live market. So you'll have all over here. Let me see. I'm just getting used to it. There we go. So basically over there, you should have an overlay that'll be all of the stuff coming into the market. If you want or have suggestions for that, please let me know. And I'll try to add them over time. We'll see how we go. 49,000, we tapped 49,903 and it just basically sold off instantaneously. So this 50,000 is clearly a massive psychological for Bitcoin. Again, it breaks through, it's going to go ballistic. If it gets underneath, it's not going to do so well. I shared today, did you know that March is actually always negative? For the last 5 years, so 5 or 6 years, March has been negative every single time. Every single time for Bitcoin. Will it be the same? You would tend to think so because of the amazing run. Again, 4-hour 20 moving average here has basically been holding this up. Strong buying through 46. I maintain if we get under 46 and underneath this 50, we're going back to 44. These are the kind of the key levels to look at over the next couple of days. If we do sell off, 46 down to 44. If we blast through 50, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see a move to 55,000 pretty quickly. Somebody said, what? You're not a Reddit speaking bot? Can't believe it. Yeah, I'm not quite a bot. Have been trading these markets for a little while as well. It's ProBot says, there's a bot. Hey man, love the insight. Great guy. Bunza stream. Yeah, it should be good. You got a nice upgrade? I actually had always had this. I just got it out of the box. So that was nice. New resistance on dollar index. Yeah, so we'll talk about US 500 in just a few moments. Let's quickly go over here to the Webull. Just this little kind of, I call it the speculation. And you won't probably be able to see it instantly, but basically, let me just pull this over. You'll notice here, guys, that we have quite a few things going on. AMC Entertainment's up 15% pre-market, which is probably its best return in quite some time. Notice how it's approaching that 650. So we've had 650 as our resistance for quite some time. I wouldn't be surprised to tap 650. If we can't break past that, maybe we go back down. But yeah, pre-market 13.95%. So people that are in AMC should be pretty happy with today. A lot of this is Wall Street bets and videos. People have been really pumping out I'm all in kind of videos, things like that over the weekend. Tilray also up. I expected a little bit of a bounce there. Sundial also up 8.65. And then of course, Nokia, GameStop, etc. of those ones up a little bit. Plantier, a few people have that one up 3.48. All right, so Bitcoin, our key levels are going to be 46 in any flash crash, and above 50 is going to probably break to something like 55,000. I'm thinking like that. Gravity says, like the intro. Thank you very much. Got a question here from Andre. She says, when buying Australian stocks, would you recommend BHP or Fortescue? Well, look, I can't recommend anything, but in terms of riskiness factors, BHP is of course a much better business than Fortescue from a perspective of it's always got gradual growth, better dividend, those kind of things. Fortescue is more of a stock that if you like kind of gamble and you like the high volume and the high risk and the high reward, that's what I'd be looking at. Fishin says, I was expecting Tom to look like a boomer with 15 years of trading experience. I got black eyes a little bit. He must have been 10 years old. Yeah, I've always looked pretty young. So even though I'm in the 30s, I've always looked pretty young. Let's have a quick look here at US 500. So a lot of you guys are going to be very interested in this one. We've come back down to the 39.55. Now to put that in perspective, let's load SPX up right now and then think about where SPX is in proportion. Look at this. Where is this? Right around, by the time it gets up there, maybe we pull back a little bit. It's right on that trend line. This is pretty important for the bullish case. We've had a huge amount of resistance touches to this SPX trend line. It's always acted as a short. Are we going to go hyperbolic and completely break through it? Go towards the 4,000? History kind of says, well, actually, let's have a quick look at history. Let's look at what happened with the 3,000. Did it care? Let's go back in time here together. Go to the weekly. All right, so we'll use the real market for this analysis. So here's the 29.33. That wasn't good. The 29.33, it just got close to that 3,000, then busted down, went slightly above the 3,000, busted down. So surely 4,000 is one key level of resistance that's going to cause at least some point of correction. I'm still very bullish on the market. I'm still very bullish on everything that's going on, but that's an interesting one. Let's go back to the 2000s now and see if 2000 the first time had resistance. We saw a sell-off just before, what's that, 1989, it sold off. And then after that, we have 2000, pretty much about there, and then it sold off. Straight on that 2000, very interesting. So 4000, S&P, the lead index that we always look at. This is, of course, the SPX, the real market candles. If you're ever doing analysis, you're new here, always try to do it on those ones whenever you can. Valdo says Palantir reports Q4 today, and it seems like nobody cares. Yeah, quite a few people don't care about a few of these things, unfortunately. GS says, looking good, Mr. Atkinson. Thanks very much, GS. Appreciate that. Fish and Funk says, appreciate all the good TA, Tom. Thanks for all you do. Hey, it's no problems. You guys supporting us is massive. So I streamed like 10 years ago. I got like 3 people. So it's kind of like almost a dream to be able to stream, talk about what I'm already very passionate about. And I already sit up and look at the markets anyway. So why not just do it with you guys? Always looking forward to more kind of feedback as well. I noticed then I probably cut a little bit poorly for it, but 2000, 3000, actually let's have a look at the 1000. I don't think that's going to matter as much. 1000, we'll pull that up. It was a long time ago. Go to the weekly. Hard to believe during the GFC it got that low. So the 1000 didn't act as anything, but that makes sense because it was such an extreme kind of bounce. What about the first time? No, just busted through that. Well, that wasn't the first time. The first time, 1000, yes. So I would say on all numbers and all accounts, surely the first touches here to key zones are going to be acting as resistance. This, I'll show you that because it's probably not on the screen. Here's the 1000. Look at this. Back in 97, slightly underneath, starts to congest. We haven't done that enough yet for the market. I truly believe that we're getting very, very close to euphoric kind of pullback level. I've said it since here heavily, but I like for me, it's close. I still think there's quite a lot of long stocks. It's Probot says it's literally part of my lunchtime routine now. Great stuff. Yeah, we'll try to keep it up. Let's move on to gold here. Let's move on to silver. Talk about some commodities for today. What's been going on there. We'll look at platinum as well. You guys just let me know some of the things that you want to look at as well throughout the stream. So gold's been very, very lackluster. And I think a lot of this has got to do with the fact that we are literally at a point here in the market where Bitcoin is becoming the new gold, and anyone that's investing in gold is just moving their money towards Bitcoin. I really do feel like that's where we're going. Towards Bitcoin seems to be the trade that's happening with gold. And when you compare that to silver, there's a lot of interest still in silver. This daily looks horrible though right now. Look at this. Imagine if the daily again closes as a shooting star. It just keeps struggling. 2780, we need to clear that zone on a significant time frame. Let's have a look at the 4 hour here. Let's have a look what happened there. Oh, geez. Oh my God. That's why I didn't even see that one on the 4 hour. 2780. Look at that. Horrible, evil creatures. I bet you on the 1 hour it got through too. Yeah, on the 1 hour it got through. It's why I like the 4 hour and I like the daily so much for swing. Look at that. 2780. That is seriously nasty stuff. I'm going to draw my line there again. I'm going to keep watching that zone because I would be interested in the participation phase here up to 30. This phase here super interests me. I think it's just such a clean level. We go back through history. We scroll over here to the left-hand side. You can see what's happened. You can see the movement here, 2780. Then it's gone bang. Only a few hours later, it was all the way at 30. It seems like it's hard for them to hold it after that point. Yeah, we'll check a few of these for sure. Kevin says, oh my God, who the hell is that on your screen? It's actually me. All right, let's keep looking at some of these things around. Gold, silver. Let's look at platinum. Now, for anyone that missed platinum and you didn't trade this, that's fine. I didn't think it would go, well, I knew it was a breakout, but look at this consolidation here. So I'll load this up. Beautiful ascending triangle. There's no problem in taking profit. I know if Matthew Tainch is out here, I feel like Matthew, you were in this one. But if we take a look here, 2/3 of the way through, we take that as the extrapolation. We can see, scroll in here, look at this. See how there was no closure above the zone. And I'll keep talking about this one because it's a perfect TA. Resistance, 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 resistance. We don't get a close above. Then we suddenly do get the close, the test, it's on. Like everything in the market right now, everything's hyperactive and we're moving towards the next section. Now, if you go to the weekly here, we scroll it out pretty hard and we bring that across. Notice how it's just hit that 1300. It's gone a little bit. It's overextended itself and it probably does a little bit of pullback and consolidation through this. We get above 1400 though in the future. What's next? 1500, 1600, etc. Platinum's still very, very low from where it has been over the years. It's been a lot higher. So I'm interested in platinum still in the future, but that nice break was certainly there. Again, AMC is up here in the pre-market. You won't see it quite on my screen. Oh, you do, pre-market 627. Let's go down to the 4 hour, just have a quick look at what's been happening. So are we going to get today some confidence back in here? I'm still not really confident in anything until we crack the 650, start pushing towards 7 and pushing towards the little structure we have on the screen. I'm sure we'll cover this a few times. There'll be quite a lot of people looking at it, but we are at a 626. We're high as about a 630 something before, I think, and now we're sitting at a 626. Welcome to the 457 early birds as well that are joining us on the screen. Thank you very much. XRP, yeah, let's do XRP. This is from Pianist. I'm going to say Pianist. I'm not going to read your other one. XRP, yeah, so starting to struggle here a little bit. SEC, everything's coming down on it. Did anyone see that video? I don't know who the guy is, but he makes an interesting video about basically them coming to an SEC deal and that deal should happen before this week or when they instate, I think they bring in the new SEC chairman or whatever the hell is going on, CEO or whatever. When that does happen, we could see a big bust here. But this is incredibly negative in terms of sentiment right now. It's really time to like kind of shine or fail here for XRP and get back down. Previous resistance has been support. Notice there's all buying wicks through every single one of these points. So if you were thinking, where's the support? It should be right here. Why? 200 simple moving average on the 1 hour, a pretty heavily used one. We've also got a huge amount of rejection wicks. And this means, of course, momentum, all of those types of things coming back into the market. And I like this level, but when are you going to see bullish pressure come back in for XRP? Series of lower highs. Look at this. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So when we have this many lower highs coming through, this is constantly signaling that the market is continuously weakening. When the market strengthens off this point, we get that momentum shift. If we break through here, what's going to happen? Well, this is going to happen. Break close here. We'll probably go test that resistance, come back down, possibly test this as a support. And if this was a currency, you would usually long it off that area. I guess it is a currency kind of. You would long it off that area and then look towards the 62, 64 highs. 64 breaks, still maintain 75 plus on something like that. The reason why is because 64 breaks, sentiment is back. This is pretty much a gamble on the SEC coming to a deal with Ripple. Will that happen? What do you guys think? Do you reckon the SEC will come to a deal next 2 weeks? Will SEC come to the deal with XRP? Let me know right now. Ketchup Bless says, good morning, Tom. MC says, hey, Tom, good to see you, mate. Hope lockdown isn't too harsh. Move up to Brisneyland. Yeah, look, I don't mind it down here in Melbourne, but lockdown's not too bad for us. Anyone that trades, hey, how bad can it be? We half the time sit in front of computers anyway. Little Engine says, I got to make stronger coffee. Oh, too many hours in this. Yeah, there'll be a few hours here today. SNDL, yeah, we've checked SNDL, but we'll redo it again. So here's our pre-market tickers. We've got the speculation list. We'll continue to add things to the speculation list. If you have something that you want to add to the speculation list, chuck it in now with the code, and I will put it in the speculation for today so that when we come and check this along with our pre-screen, we'll be able to see it all. GameStop, AMC, Tilray. That's a little bit annoying that Tilray's up this much. I was hoping it would be up a little bit less, but I did like the close on Friday. I missed that one. But 8.65% up pre-morning. A few people saying, God, I hope XRP can do it. Yeah, this is such an important zone. Warren says, hey, Tom, from sunny South Africa. I've never been there, but I'm sure it's great. If you have time, could you give your opinion on Reef? Many thanks. Let's have a quick look at that. All right, we've got some code tickers coming in. We'll add those. I knew CCIV would be there. Thanks, FN. We'll put that in as well. What is this? Surely that's not it. Is it Reef US dollar tether? Yeah. Okay, so this is the crypto. Yeah. The crypto. So what we want to do is firstly we go to the monthly. Whoa. All right. So that looks very pumpy and potentially dumpy in terms of the move. Go to the weekly. Okay, not much data yet. Daily. I don't know if that's even a real thing that happened on that day. Continue going down here. Well, this looks good. This is the right kind of pattern that you want to see strength come through. On anything that's traditional, this would be a good area. So you basically got resistance. You've got a series. Some people would call this a double bottom. Basically, you've got wick buying here is all I care about. There's a hammer here as well, which shows bullish intentions. And then you got 20 and a 50 moving average sitting there kind of on the bottom. If this was like Bitcoin, I'd be pretty positive on it. Bitcoin tends to have really good double bottoms. So whenever you test double bottom, it's excellent. Double bottoms work quite well in crypto. So it's a nice look. Where to next? Well, you're just talking about basically back into the same highs. Usually you take the distance of something like this, break it through, and then extrapolate it out. When you extrapolate that, you get that 0.052. Is GME and AMC dead? Well, not today, they're not, Al. They are not dead today. All right, let's add some of these things into our list here. So we've got a few. I'll bring it up. CLPG. Is that right? Oh, GL. Okay, we'll add this to the speculation list. CCIV, I knew would be there. So we'll do that one. Definitely needs to be in the speculation list. We get asked about it all the time. MKD, another one that gets asked quite a lot. I'll just add a random one. There we go. Chuck that in there as well for everybody. Disney. I don't think Disney's speculative. Samurai Jack. But yeah. SEC deal, not a snowball's chance, says Wilco for the XRP question. You would think America would want to get it done. They're going to fall behind. You guys are going to fall behind in some ways if we don't do it. I know a lot of us would probably agree with that. So here's our pre-market for the best kind of ones out of that. Oxygen up 19, MKD up 14.44. So well done there. Looks like spec is back on today across the board. Can we have a look at Nvidia? Yeah, we certainly can. Oh, we need to add ZOM in there. Let me just quickly add ZOM. Everyone always asks about this. There we go. All right. Let's have a quick look at the screener for the pre-market. You know I like 20 billion plus. We'll just quickly need to bring that up because there's a few too many in the 20 billion now. Let's go 22. 22 gives us 511. That's annoying. 23. There we go. All right. Pre-market. We are looking at pre-market up. These ones, some of these I don't even know. PayPal, Square, incredibly popular right now. Square's been really, really good. This is on the thesis of course, a whole bunch of cryptocurrency being probably approved, plus Square has good profits. Will that happen? We'll have to see. Thanks very much to the 600 people that are already here pre-market. It's only 10:57 p.m. my time, so we've still got about 2.5 hours of pre-market here before we go through. Troy says 600 watching. Yep, that's right. Delphine says, Tom, I did something really stupid and bought BCH and ZEC. I don't even know what some of that is. This is a currency, I assume. Well, this one's bounced, at least for you. That was a wild sell-off, though. Pretty big paper hands on this one. Is that a large percentage? Yeah, that's a pretty large percentage on the sell as well. So you got to be careful with things like that. Look at how things hold after the sell. Like you look at something like Cardano, it held incredibly well. Let's check the VIX here. Pre-market, we've actually got VIX spiking 21. Probably a new contract has opened as well. Just remember, guys, when you're talking about the US markets, what do the US markets like to do? Well, they like to do one thing. And that thing is you have a public holiday, everything goes bullish. Then it tends to have a negative day after the bullish kind of sentiment. So will that continue? Generally speaking, yes. That's usually what I do see. Sapphire says, smash the like button. Thank you very much. Jake says, mental how late it is for you. Oh, it all improves. April something. I checked it today. I was thinking, if I'm going to keep this stream up, I need the 11:30 p.m. open, and it's coming soon. April 4th, I think. Let's just have a quick look at some news. We'll quickly switch across here. Let's go and take a look at the news. Looks like everything's working well, which is excellent, part of the new stream. So oil futures, of course, we looked at that yesterday. It looks like the president is now getting involved and saying the stock market is not a casino, guys. We're not allowed to do that. I saw this one. I kind of laughed about it. When you think about it, if Robin Hood and everyone's blocking you from doing it, technically it's meant to be a free market. So it could be whatever people make of it. This news out of course, Elon Musk and what he is doing about Dogecoin. I don't know if I agree with this one too much. I think it's kind of stupid Siri. I think it's kind of a little bit annoying, like what he's done, and I don't really like this play. You know, I'm not a fan of this coin other than its look, and the main reason why is because it's a severe pump and dump, and a lot of people don't realize that it has a pump and dump kind of nature. So a lot of people are going to lose there, and already are losing. Actually, what is Doge trading at right now? I bet you it didn't come back as hard as the other ones. Let's have a look here. Let's go to Bittrex. Yeah, so look at this. Similar to XRP, it's actually trading very, very similar, and they do have tendencies with each other. You'll notice here a series of lower highs coming through. This is incredibly negative here for this coin, and it looks like it's just doing its standard without like some kind of pumping movement. It's just going to slowly degrade. So in a market where a stock is failing, it just does this. 2 steps down, 1 step back, 2 steps down, and poor people just continuously buy it through that portioning. Tristan says, WNW going to boom today. Do yourself a favor and check it out. Let's have a look. So this one here is up 9.6%. It already boomed hardcore on Friday. So it went up 102% at $32 on the close. This type of thing, while it's up a lot, is there really that much left in it? Is there really that much left in it? So I assume this is some kind of takeover. All of these particular wicks show me that there is a lot of selling pressure through here. We've got continuous pressure selling. No one's really holding around that $30. So it makes sense for the pre-market to be underneath. I would probably like, I mean, this isn't my kind of thing. You know that. I like the slow and steady wins the race a little bit boring like that. Maybe a bit boomerish of me. But this particular type of thing doesn't interest me, unfortunately. I do understand you can make money out of it, but yeah, it's a very big flash and you could lose a lot. You could almost lose like 50% of your money in a day on something like this. US 100, if we take a look there, again, a little bit of weakness coming into the pre-market. It was very strong on that Friday close. We'll take a look at that together soon. Coifin, what happened there, we'll definitely check it out. TM says, good morning, everyone. Anyone think fire stocks are a good investment? Not sure which ones you're talking about in particular. Is buying XAU now a good idea? I don't think there's clear strength or direction on XAU. It's back to a level where it makes sense. There's going to be a little buying pressure because of that 1 hour, but there's no clean level. We've still got that 1830 that's going to be heavy resistance. We saw a really nice structure yesterday. Couldn't even get high. Remember that structure yesterday we looked at? 15 minutes. Couldn't even get through. Oil in the UK moved yesterday. Yeah, so oil just in general has been moving great. Hit that 60, hit our target we talked about, got a little bit extended, and now it's come back down. For oil traders, what are you looking at? Well, pretty much I'm going to go with things like daily 20 moving averages. So we're so far away from the daily, it's time for consolidation. Big move up, followed by consolidation after that. And then when we get consolidation, we should be at a point where we're ready to make the next move. The next move being $65. Reese Weaver said, yep, in Australia and joining in your markets. Yes, the American market is better than the Australian market. Sorry, Australian guys out there. We all know the American market is better than the Australian market. Siddharth Murli says, ZFX Evolution, Tom, is the Tuesday after a holiday like a Monday in regular week, mostly retailers. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same thing. That's right. Can we have a look at the ASX 200? Yeah, we can because we're so early. Might as well have a look at the ASX 200. It continues to grind higher, going towards a big psychological number. Last time, it actually didn't get it. It actually stopped around here exactly. So I'll bring this over so you can see it. But it actually stopped right around this zone. Let's just quickly go back to the live scene here so you guys can see it a bit better. I forgot to do it. That's because we've got new slides. So here we've got this 6,900. You'll notice the resistances across the board, the support right where it is right now. Aiming towards 7,000, but everything points to we could be looking at a psychological sell very, very soon. Remember, the S&P is hitting that almost 4,000 on the index. At the same time, we're getting a 7,000 on the Australian market. Things are looking good, but not that good. We are clearly in demand from whatever the US market does. So if the US market can show us strength, then I believe we've got a good chance. Not too much other than that. I think I'd look at the real market, like maybe just even look at a fund like STW is obviously a fund of this. It was a strong close. Look at the daily. Everything is pointing to strength, but the US market will be the key here. I always look at the US one to find out what's going to happen next. Again, VIX 21. Another thing you can do is you can go VIX. I think it's like 3M/VIX. This was a suggestion in the room. In the private Discord we have by a member of the community. So shout out to him. This is a really good idea. Basically, you'll notice if you have a look at this over time, this particular VIX, 0.8, kind of around this level, it often predicts the end of the pullback. So around this zone is an interesting time for you to potentially say, okay, well, what's actually happening here? Should I still be in the stock market? Should I be getting out? This particular one has a good oscillator for also showing when the market is way too hot. And right now we just hit that level and we've come off it. So we had a 1.33 plus reading for the last couple of days, and that is now coming back off. So is that a signal that the euphoria is actually starting to come out of the market, but we haven't seen it happen in the price action yet? Today, tomorrow, critical days for how the market's going to react. And of course, towards the 4,000. Aurora. ACB, yeah? ACB. Man, Siri just can't shut up. Let's get rid of that. Aurora down to the 13. This particular company, the financials do not look good. I do believe there's going to be quite a few, if this is the one you're talking about, Aurora Cannabis, there's going to be quite a few bankruptcies in the cannabis space over the next couple of years. You can see what happened initially. It will never return back to these highs. So just remember, these are the types of things that can happen in markets, unfortunately. And then, of course, the super decline that can happen in markets as well. SNDL pushing. So yeah, SNDL is pre-market doing pretty strong stuff. It's having a go at $2. It was doing better before. It was up about 13% pre-market. Tilray also has earnings today. So if you look at Tilray, that's trading now 30.75. 30.75, 30.70 up 5.86. Was up about 8-9% only just before. Let's have a look at the screener here. What's going on here? Man, PayPal just cannot stop. Approaching the $300 kind of resistance zone. Let's have a look at the watch list. Bring that across quickly. These are the best moves pre-market of some of the specs that we're looking at. Ocugen, MKD still up there. AMC's now come off half. So it was trading 15, 16% when we started the stream. Now we're looking at 7.87. Not that long. Yep, we'll look at HCMC Final Frontier. Don't worry. Let's do it now. PLTR earnings is out. What is the... It's down 6% off those earnings. This particular one, I've never liked it, but it's come back down to this structure. So back down at the $30. That's where the resistance could act as support. We've done analysis a few times thinking it's coming back down here. Let's go back to that HCMC, Healthier Choices. This is down a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with this one so far. No price action here that I like. Not enough data either. When you're doing technical analysis, remember, technical analysis works best on blue chip stocks. It just does. Blue chip stocks and stocks that have been solidified by quite a few years of data. And they're also known entities. So they have like a fair value and they have like pumps and dumps through sectors. When you're looking at this type of thing, it takes a while for something to become very technical. So Bitcoin wasn't good at the beginning. It only became good, I think, in the last 2-3 years. 0.0043 here. Yeah, I don't know. Not amazing. Nothing for me, though. Yet. Damison says RIP PLTR with lockup period. If they're locking it, that's not going to be good. It's going down even more. Still down 6% at $30. $29.71 pre now. 6.33. QQQ. Yeah, we can check out QQQ. By the way, if you guys enjoy the stream, please remember to give it a big thumbs up. We need thumbs. Help the stream out. I'm trying to take this thing to every day of the week. So if we can get to some kind of sustainable level, then I would really appreciate that because I would like to push it. QQQ looking at opening 0.5%. So just like that's basically the Nasdaq. So 338. Again, this doesn't show the same thing as the Nasdaq will in terms of key resistances. Nasdaq's coming in at that 14,000. At the same time, S&P's coming in at that 4,000 level. So two key levels hit straight away. QQQ continues to find some strength. The 1 hour, always the same pullback zones as the Nasdaq. We've generally seen that 20 moving average here finding the support. Again, we hit, maybe a 14,000 on the Nasdaq. Where do we go? I would say the pullback back down to the moving average is the first kind of zone, and then a close below there. That could really trigger some further selling. If we break that, this one didn't hold because of a whole bunch of different things going on in the market. But next time round, I do think that the correction will be a little bit deeper. Not huge, but deeper. Where do I think the correction could go to? Probably something like a fib retracement, put that out, and then this would be the type of thing I'd be looking at. Taking it back down into 38.2s, which would only just put us down here. I'd be probably fibbing the entire move here. 38.2 brings us to 310. 50 brings us to 301. This is where I feel we're going. Previous resistances becoming support. That's the type of depth that I expect in the next pullback. It's not crazy, but it's definitely good. It's about 10%. Can we look at Boeing? Yeah, I haven't looked at Boeing in ages with you guys. Boeing. Lackluster performance at the best. Interesting structure appearing here. Let's have a look at the 4 hour and 2 hour. I'll go 2 hour actually. Okay, go the 4 hour. Yeah, I mean, this is setting up for a potential move. I'm going to put horizontal resistance right here through the 216. I'm doing that because what I'm seeing right now is something like this. I'm seeing structure formation on the left. I'm seeing head and then potential structure formation on the right. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. There's certainly buying pressure coming through. The longer this coils for, when it breaks out, should be pretty extreme. Let's take the distance here and see what the distance comes through as. Here's the distance. Here's the movement. Nice. 240. Makes sense. It's proofed in the market to the resistance. I like it more when it's proofed. So when we get a proof in the market, usually improves the kind of concept of the structure and the formation. Pre-market here up 213, 1%. Few people here. Jessica, it's just Yo-Yo says, can we look at DNN? Yeah, why not? I assume it's this one, Denison Mines. I always assume with you guys, if you're sending something through, I'm going to go with the US stock ticker first. Please tell me if it's not the US stock ticker because there is quite a few companies out there. Pre-market up 11.671. Maybe an announcement. Let's go out to the larger time frame, see where it's been in the past. Big breakout here. I feel like we've done this one before. That was a beautiful close. Ended up getting through easily here. 110 was the zone or the area. You look through this area here. There's a huge amount of previous support, which is going to act as resistance. That's why the monthly closed where it did, I guess. Well, actually it hasn't closed. That's this month. Go down to the weekly. It's very tough to say what's exactly going to happen. I mean, if it clears the high, maybe towards the 150 just because of psychologicals, and then the 2. The dollar did have selling on it, but not very strong selling. It's incredibly difficult to follow this. 2 hours, yeah, nothing even there because the extent of the buying. The only thing you could say that's technical is the 20 moving average has been bought off. So that means if we get $1.24, let's say we come back down, 20 moving average moves with it after some time, maybe a buying opportunity there. It's very tough, this one, very tough. We check Vail. Yeah, I think we can do that. Welcome as well to the 832 people joining us. We're still a few hours away here, about 2 hours, 15 minutes, something like that, away from getting into the market. Lots of pre-market action though. Quite a lot of movement. We've already seen about 7.5% off on AMC, maybe 8%, I think. That's a pretty big move in the pre-market there. Still up though. We'll check it in a moment. Vail looks pretty good. 1 hour resistance through the 1790. Pre-market here looks like it's going to be breaking or literally testing that area. Materials in general did okay. We'll check a BHP in a minute. This resistance break pushes towards the 1890. Vail's been doing relatively well recently. That was definitely a sleeper hit. So people that got into this one in November did very, very well. Nice buying in November for a very solid company. Where's it been? It's still lagging heavily some of the previous moves. Now that's because they didn't do like BHP. They're not as good. But Vail looking towards that $20. Definitely break above here, close. Starting to target that $19. Menso says, greetings for Denmark. Thank you very much. Can we take a look at Neo? Yeah, we can have a look at that. Kevin N says, I was out shoveling snow. What did I miss? Not much yet. Not much yet, but there will be some. Here's the pre-market for the speculations that I know you guys like. Oxygen, molecular data, AMC, etc. Pretty cool. Decent moves here. Tilray gone back up to 8%. It was sitting at 3 when I first, before I got into the stream, I was seeing about 3% in the pre-market.
I'll take your
SNDL trading 5.77. That was up about 12 before. Donation coming in here from Robert Rupp, $2. NNDM. All right, we'll do that for you now, Robert, and then we'll get back into some of those others. NNDM.
I'll take your entire stock.
This is down 9% pre-market, 14 after hitting a 1560 and closing. That's the second time it's tried to get through the 17, what is this, 70 something bracket on the weekly. That's why you do top down again. You want to do that. Okay, we're coming into a very nice level. Look at the 20 moving average here on the daily. One of my favorites. Very good. There's some clear things for me here straight away. First clear thing, this could be a double top. If we break through this 1320 and close below, I think it will probably proof even better to a big short off here. This could be where you change the sentiment from being bullish sentiment and everything's all good and everything's hunky-dory to a movement down. And we don't want to be in that movement down. So 20 moving average here must hold ideally. If you do get that and we snap the 1762, 20 of course is the next target. Very strong resistance through the 1750 for whatever reason. But I like the 20 moving average here. And I also like the support buying that hopefully should be around this 13 bucks. Good luck on this NNDM. Alejandro, I think. B says $1.99. Can we look at GTE and ZOM? Okay, let's have a look at those. Thanks for the donation there. Assume this is the GTE we're talking about. Grand Terra Energy. $1.11 here. Nice, fast movement up. Strong close. Above the dollar. Just $1.03 on the close here. Dollar last time or around that area acted as support. We're getting a $1.11 pre-market. That's actually pretty strong for this. Why did it stop at 137, I wonder? No idea why it stopped there. One stock like this, I tend to think, how's it acted around the 50 cents? A little bit of selling pressure around there. 20 cents was the low. Previously $2. Seems to trade like a retail kind of thought process. So that would mean that, I don't know about that resistance, but definitely $1.50 spikes, probably like a $1.48, $1.49. If you continue to see run here, could go into those levels. If it gets through that zone, $2 I think is a very clear level. Look at how much support was through here. Wow, wow, wow. That's huge. So much support. $2 support becomes some form of resistance. So $2 would be great. I'm sure you'd love that. But $1.50, and I would be cautious around $1.37. Shia says $2. OXT, please and thank you. So I think we've got ZOM as well. Let's have a quick look at ZOM. $2.57 right now. Back into the resistance. We've talked about this one heaps. I've maintained, and I'll continue to do that we're crapping out on this stock. Every time we look at it, I always say we're going back into structure, and how can you keep this hyperbolic movement? Unless there's something fundamentally behind it that's so crazy, and I mean so crazy, I find it very difficult to think $2.57 or $2.60 up to this $3 target can be sustained after such a big move. It must be a fundamental craziness. So ZOM, I still feel it's ready for a proper pullback. Let's have a look at the daily here. Tried twice. Failed twice to get any higher. It's having maybe another go at it. Pre-market's only down 0.39, so there's still some good sentiment. The other conclusion is you get coiling here. Wait for the 20 moving average to come up, and something similar to oil where it bounces off this level and moves in the direction, hopefully, of the trend. Good luck on that one. Shire OXT. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Thank you again to the 917 people joining us. We're only, 2 hours away now from the pre-market, 2 and a bit hours. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm looking at weed stocks today. Well, we're looking at weed stocks. We're looking at, of course, all the normal favorites. We're going to be looking at Tesla. Tesla support has me incredibly interested. I believe for the first time in a very long time, there could be a chance that Tesla actually gets shorted a bit. Now, that won't be something that people like to hear, but there's a couple of cases here that Tesla could be in the short. $800 is super critical to the buying pressure. We get under that and close, it's going to be very, very interesting. You stick around, have a look at that soon. I assume OXT, we're talking about the coin, so we're going to be using the coin here. What do you guys think, actually? I know, look, lots of bulls out there on Tesla. Tell me, do you think Tesla is going... Okay, here's the level. 900 plus or under 800? So let's say a break under 800 and a close. Which is more likely? 900 plus or break under? You tell me, guys. I'm going to go with under 800. More likely than 900 plus this time around. OXT US dollar. This one here rejects twice from the 70. Looks... Yeah, let's get a fib on that. Okay. How big was the pull off? I'm just trying to figure out whether I think this thing's gonna blow off or not. Doji, it wasn't like an aggressive sell. Generally in like a crypto, it would be like one candle down, then a huge rebound. So maybe it isn't in blow off. Here comes the rooms. Few 900 pluses, 800, break under, 800 under, then to 900 says. I like that one, Min. I like that one. Yes. But can we all buy it for like $400 first? Is that possible? 550 coming in from Fred Beck. 800 then to 900. 900 long term. Yeah, I'm talking more about the next 2 months. The next 2 months. Things should be looking good right now. I reckon it's up decent in the pre-market. So OXT here, rejections through the 70. Any close above these last two candles should trigger buying. And I mean a close on the 4 hour or better. You get above there, all of a sudden, you're starting to talk about getting back into the 80. 70 is your problem. And on the low, just hope that this 50 moving average here on the 4 hour continues to hold buying pressure. Good luck on OXT. Let's have a look at Tesla together now. So pre-market, we're up 1%. This has been a boring stock recently. So no matter what, we are in consolidation. We're trying to figure out what is the next price. Notice the buying pressure here. I was worried for it, very worried for it on Friday. I'm sure a few of you guys were thinking, tasty treats coming because we had that shooting star down or at least a rejection style candle. We had a movement under in the market. It was actually slaughtering the Nasdaq. So we were seeing almost nothing else in the Nasdaq go down. And then what was happening is Tesla was going down. And Tesla was pushing the Nasdaq with it. That's just how much it is. So it was crazy. But yeah, we're 823. Any close under here, this was kind of a sporadic time, but any close under here, especially a close under the 782, that's going to trigger some selling pressure. And I mean selling pressures coming in. I'm going to put, where's my box? We're going to box this. Yeah. I'm boxing the level. Now, for buyers of Tesla, well, don't worry. There's a case there as well. There's always a case. This 888 zone, I'm going to call it the lucky Asian zone because I know all Asians love the 8s. Don't worry about that. The houses sell more in Australia if you have the 8s. If you have the 4s, don't buy the house with the 4. It's bad. But the 8s is okay. So if we get through the 888 zone, basically we've got a very nice little channel formation. And that means that we can then take that distance and say, okay, we know where it's going to move next. And it's basically going to be around $100. Why is that important? Because we're going to stop probably just before 1,000 again. Similar to last time when before the split, Tesla kind of got around that 1,000 and just went boom, right down. It was like a domination. 988. So there is a bull case, but we must get through here. And this, I understand why people are buying this zone. What software are you using? Some David Cruz. So basically, or Cruz, sorry, not Cruz. What software? This is TradingView. So we're using TradingView here. We've got Webull for the scanner. There is a link. If you use that, I believe you get stock and I might get like $50. So that'd be cool. But basically, yeah, TradingView is really good for TA. I'd say it's the best software out there. Pick a broker that you feel safe with money-wise and that you also like the use of actually trading. So what I mean by that is it has good depth analysis. It has very good kind of orders. If you trade options, you'll want to have the ability to create spreads and legs. If you can't do that, it's crap. Don't go for second best on your trading platform, but for TA, TradingView, no doubt. No doubt. I probably should put an affiliate down there, but TradingView, look, I like it a lot. Fred Beck says silver. Is something happening on silver and I missed? Yeah, 2760. We've seen this one. So we've looked at it a few times. It's hovering around. Unfortunately, we looked on the 4 hour and there's sneaky. It didn't get above that 2780 on the 4 hour, at least a more significant time frame. Everything's looking like it's going bullish though. Dollar index is weakening. We looked at that 91.6 right now. 91.6 means it's got through that 90.25. Is the close done? Let's have a look. 4 hour close. Let's have a look here. Yep, the close is done. So that's pretty much pressuring now. I assume that would mean the euro is also quite long. Yep, the euro is broken through on its way and journey towards the next level. 122 or 121.88, something I've said a few times on TradingView. Definitely talked about the euro a few times here. Double top down with the pullback. Luckily we got that correct. And then of course a breakthrough. The structure is always going to go towards that level. BTC 50. Oh yeah. Let's watch this together. Let's watch history, guys. Yes. All right, 15-minute. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Get the diamond hands up. Get all the emojis. Rockets. I want to see rockets in the room. I'll add some rockets. Yes, history could be seen right now. There we go. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm going to take some coffee. I need some coffee for this. The rocket ship to the moon. 49,846. We hit... Oh, I need to go at the minute. I love this stuff. I love how many first... Oh, did we actually hit it? Yeah, we hit it to the T. The T got hit. All right, 50,000. So there's probably a bit of sell lines there. I don't have Binance up on me. Maybe I can load up Binance. I'll do it next stream. I'll get the Binance depth for everyone so we can discuss that. 50K on Binance. Yeah, 50K got reached here. And this is on the Bitstamp one. So 50K will be, there's obviously a bit of sell pressure. Let's see when it blasts through. We have to watch this one on stream. It's just too interesting. No, don't worry, Siddharth. It hit 50,000, but it's weak. It didn't get through. We didn't miss it yet. It's already 51K on Webull. What the hell is this thing then? Oh, that's horrible. What is that? Oh, I got through then on that one. We'll just use this, whatever. There it goes. The 1 minute's through. LTC, yeah, we'll look at that soon. All the cryptos will be going now, except for, of course, XRP because the SAC thing. ETH pushing. Probably a bit of money coming out of some alts as well. It's hit 50, yeah. Some people saying 503. Here we go. There we go. So you've witnessed history. On the stream today, you definitely have to subscribe after that one. Just for history. 50,000 reached. Some sell pressure coming back through. But that's monumental. I mean, what amazing psychological zone to get through for Bitcoin. A lot of haters on Bitcoin. And I must admit, when it first hit 20, I felt very negative towards Bitcoin at that point. It could be because I owned 156. I sold for $10 each. But when it came back down, look, I knew it would probably have a second resurgence. That being said, 50,000 this early, amazing. I've been a bigger believer in ETH. I've always liked Ethereum, but there's a lot of competitors to ETH. This is like the thing that just stores value like gold. So here it goes, 50,200. Let's see if we can get a 51 out of this pretty fast. 503 on Robinhood. I don't understand how it's showing such drastic differences here. Let's look at the tether. I mean, this surely can't be behind. Yeah, so 502 plus. Yeah, sorry. You're not saying 553,000 or anything. Yeah. Well, that's the Binance figure, so yeah. Let's actually have a look. Do I still have it prepped? I had something prepped before for you guys that we were talking about yesterday. Where did I put it? Oh, well, we'll just watch the fun here for just a few more moments. Look at it go. 50,000. We're going to hit 51. Sky is the limit. Bitcoin is king, says Kyle. Certainly some nice moves here. Ethereum is giving me better return though. On the dollar. But there's nothing quite like knowing that you hold the best. Oh, here we go. Anadem says 100K won't happen in one day. It's certainly not going to happen in one day. But most definitely this year, I see it. That would be monumental if it did that. eToro just closed BTC according to iLob. Welcome everybody for coming in here. We've got pre-market stocks, but we are talking about Bitcoin because we just reached the 50,000 here for the first time ever. We cracked through it, very quickly got to the 50,000, kind of 600-ish zone, and now we're starting to find some pressure. Let's have a look at some of the other coins here. Some people said LiQWYD. LiQWYD must have had a nice move on it straight away there. There's the movement up on LiQWYD. Getting through that structure on that little bit of a smaller time frame. Let's have a look at the daily here. This is actually a great buying zone when that pullback happened. LiQWYD back down to 186 and then quickly up to 220. Nice buying here, guys. 186 pre-buy. It doesn't even come back to the 20 at the moment. The market's hyperactive. When you'll know it's over or when you know it's probably going to come for a pullback, it'll go super crazy where it'll just follow like a 1 hour or 15 minute 20 moving average and just go bang, 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 bang. When it starts laddering that fast, then we'll know. ETH hovering around is moving up. Let's have a look at the crypto total. Quickly just switch over here. Let's refresh this one together now. Cardano, Polkadot really pulling away here from XRP. So XRP showing weakness, weakness, weakness. 24, now number 6 on the coins, realistically 5 because of Tether. Polkadot absolutely clinging. Where was the one I saw today that was in the room and I thought, that's interesting. Where is that coin? This one. I wonder what happens with that over the longer term. Beautiful stuff, guys. All right, let's get back over to the pre-market. We'll move back over here. There we go. Unitsu says this is the second time today it broke 50. I think it depends on the feed you have. Because I didn't see it on most of the feeds I was looking at. Depends, like some feeds, it's kind of like back in the day where people say it stopped just under 20,000. There were some Korean exchanges back in 17 that were hitting 23,000 on Bitcoin before it came back. Now, Vetting says the correct thing here. And he says, when market corrects, Bitcoin corrects. That's correct. That is exactly what happens, Vet. Generally, if you have a correction, I mean correction. So it must be over 2-3%. It can't be 2-3%. It's not going to happen. But when Bitcoin and the market both go at the same time and you get a proper pullback, yes, Bitcoin tends to correct with the market. Let me see if I can load that up for you guys. All right. So, you notice, of course, last year, the pullback did affect it. You notice that decent pullback that came through August here. Obviously led by the market as well at the same time. This one here, nothing to do really with the market, but did get a little bit shaky. We go back through other pullbacks. Market did start to decline. That pulled it through. But let's have a look at a real one here. So this is a real market decline. This one's the September into the end of December, kind of January for the stock market. When that happened, we did see a pretty decent decline in Bitcoin. So it is actually linked more than you think. Generally, the market declining by over 5 to 10% around that area. As soon as it hits 5, it will be pulling Bitcoin with it. EIOB says, I think the broker flood the market once BTC starts to fly off to ensure regularity. That's why I don't behave like normal stocks in a rocket after passing resistance. Yeah, I would say so. There's certainly something that goes on there. GME going to the moon. Let's have a look at the pre-market here. Let's see what's been moving now. So we've got molecular data, 14.97. Oxygen's still up. AMC up 8.77. That's better than it was. It was sitting at around, 16% pre-market before. Now 8.77. Went down to about 6. Even BlackBerry's having some fun with 1% up. Palantir, I believe the result is out. If you want to go check that one out. Negative 6.61% here in the pre-market. GameStop only 1%. Little bit sad. But if AMC starts running, expect GameStop to come with it, yeah? Dollar index is showing some recovery, so maybe now it'll come back and retest from the bottom up. So what I mean by that is we've got here the support. Possibly now we might get a retest. It's already kind of done it. 20 moving average has been holding it here on the 2 hour. But overall, dollar is looking decently weak. US 500 continues to kind of hover around that 39.55. Probably I would expect like a 39.50 on the market open or very quickly. We will trap that a little bit later coming into the stream. We'll check that one out. US 100 finding some buying pressure here. What's that led by? We have to look at the pre-market on that screener. Let's check this out. What is pre-market moving? So PayPal up 3. That would mean Square. Square's up again. Let's talk about Square. I want to bring this one onto the charts for sure. Let's load up Square. So this is on an absolute bullet train right now. I'm just seeing whether it traded off. Yeah, okay. So bullet trained into 200 and sold off. I'm just wondering whether there's a little bit more left in Square. Very heavy move. 240, broke through. I'm thinking towards the 300 and stops just before there, but how do you get in if you're not in? That 20 moving average has been pretty good. So this is the 1 hour. This is a very dangerous kind of movement, but it's more of a day trade kind of movement. 280 could be resistance. 2.36 pre-market. Whenever you're looking at these stocks, what I do is every 20 seems to be a problem for this. So I try to find similarities with the stock. A lot of people don't realize most day traders don't trade 500 stocks. They trade like 4 or 5, not many of them. And they do so because that's the best areas to be in.
I'll take your entire stock!
They learn how it moves. They learn the resistances, the supports, that kind of thing. They find out whether there's a similarity of the way it trades. Is there more touches to this zone? The 220 certainly not. The 240, yes. The 260 acted as resistance. It did sell off a little bit. 280 probably acts as resistance, and then 300. So Square, actually, look, it interests me. I mean, I think this has been an amazing stock to hold. Well done to people that have held this one. The buy entry recently, just in January, you were getting a 200 buy entry. A donation coming in here from Heavy Funk Monk. Thank you very much. $2. Hi, Tom. Mind having a look at SENS and SNGX? We'll certainly have a look at those for you. Look at those levels. Every 20 bucks seems to be a good zone. Finding resistance today? Possibly. One sec, I just need to quickly check this message. All right, let's have a look here at Sens. Sensonic, this has been one that we've checked a few times on the stream. 12.5. Let's go to the monthly. Still putting pressure on this resistance side. You can see all that previous movements. Going towards the 5, it looks like. You've got to think 5 is going to be a really hectic point for this one. A really hectic point. $5. Resistance, resistance. This point here, it's like very, very big pressure zone for it. I do feel like it's going to be tough for it to get through this point. So I'd be aiming for just under 5 there for Sens from a technical level. Obviously, good luck with that one. There's not much else you can say about it. It's on a rocket ship. It's hit 5 before. What do you expect it to do? SNGX weekly. Now, this one here is broken out 20.56, pre-market 258. It's more interesting because it's had that run. So we know this has runs on it, and it has a tendency to fail through those runs. So I'll pull this across. Look at these. So that one there, failure, failure, and then we have another failure, and another failure, and another failure. So when it moves up, it tends to find points of problems. We get through the 272, 351 is the next target, 275-ish. What is this? Let's go down the daily. Oh, it's super hard. I just know it pumps and it dumps. What were the tellers last time? My God. What is with this new Siri patch? I'll tell you what, I don't want Apple stock after hearing it constantly rabbits on. 1 hour here was pretty good support on the buy pressure. Sorry, the daily 20. Daily 20 again, and then it just got bad news. Daily 20. What happened in the previous past? Daily 20. Follow the daily 20. SNGX, very weird kind of thing. Bitcoin moved straight under 50,000 after it did hit it. Looks like it found some selling pressure. We'll see whether it can hold above 50,000 or that was all she wrote. Generally speaking, Bitcoin tends to sell off right as it hits it. Not usually gets through it first, but we'll have to find out what's next for that one. We checked out Zom quite a few times, Sunny. We've checked that out. Lego Spartan says Source Logan. What is that? I'm not sure if it's any of these. Bank says at FX Evolution, hello. Hello, Bank. How are you? Pedrola says FX SPY, please. We've looked at the SPY. We will be looking at it again very, very soon. I guess we could do it now. So my thought process for the SPY right now is load the SPX, look at the trend line, look at where we're opening right now. We're going to open around 39.54. I tend to believe it might be around 39.50-ish. Hitting that zone. My major concern here, and I'm always going to say this, is we are close to the 4,000. We went and did some analysis. First touch of 2,000 ever, or first touch of 2,000. Resistance about 20 points before it touched it. So it didn't even touch that zone. It sold off. We've got other market indices hitting the same kind of levels. So my thought process is this trend line's in. We're going to find resistance potentially today, and then yeah, we'll have to find what happens. Also, public holiday last week for the US tends to have a Good Friday. Monday being the Tuesday this time, usually a little bit weaker. Turbo Lou $2 says SESN. SESN. This is a new one. Series of lower highs coming in here, but let's have a look at the bigger picture. 2250 or 22.5%, 343 coming through. Nice structure bases. This is the first time it's gotten through this in a while. So if it holds here, 340 is looking great for you. Congrats on that one. Last time it held this kind of level, it really moved. It chunked high. Let me have a look here at what this range is. Take that range, extrapolate that out. $5, and then obviously just the 6. This is looking pretty good. I mean, obviously it's get in, get out. I mean, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, question mark. It's going to be a dump. Yeah, there's going to be a dump. Dump. Huge amounts of dumps through this stock. Understand it. Once we do, we can possibly move ahead. I'm just quickly checking a quick message here. All right. Yeah, I like this in terms of the movement. Hold above here, close. First time in a long time above the wicks. That's going to be very significant for traders around. Nice. GME review. All right, it's time. Let's do some reviews on this GME, AMC. Take a look at all of those types of things. GME. All right, so we're 1.15% up here. Let's get down. What have we been talking about on this one? Well, firstly, we've always said we need to create sentiment change. So is this the time that GME, AMC actually find some sentiment buying? It's starting to look better. We've actually held it. Pretty amazing. $48 has been held several times here. Pretty nice level. 53 on the pre-market. $60 going to be a tough point to get through for GME, but 48 held several times. Look at these wicks. Close above the 55 on the 4 hour. That will be very strong. We also know that, have a look at the 1 hours for the opens here. Generally, the first half an hour to 1 hour of the session tends to be the time that we want to focus on. So we've got the first half an hour. If it's up, the rest of the market and the day has tended to be up. If it's down, the rest of the day has tended to be down. So it's all about that first half an hour. I'm looking at 55. We've got a 50 moving average coming in as resistance. I want to see a close. Probably even the 1 hour is going to be good enough here. That will instantly trigger, I think, a lot of buying up into the 60. We close off above here and then we're back on. And I mean back on. So holding the base is great. Let's load up volume here. Let's have a look at what the volume looks like in terms of purchasing. Check out the daily volume. Okay, so volume did improve a little bit there on the Friday. Volume was good on this day as well, which is, of course, a day it had a bit of a breakout. Pretty crappy volume here, but it's still held. So that means that people are holding the stock at this point. Mark M says that FX Evolution GME short float down from 110% to 40%. Yeah, I think with the short float data and all of those types of things, it's important to create short squeeze, but I wouldn't be too worried about the float. I'd be more worried about just getting, because what will happen is the shorts will be there. It just depends on the price. So people will still jump back in on shorting the whole thing all the way up because they've seen what's happened now. So if you want to create a squeeze, just push it up again and there'll be squeeze. There'll be heaps of people sitting on it. I do very much like the 55 here. Any close above that, I think, triggers these next zones. If we're talking about zones after that, 60, 70, yeah, maybe 80s, nothingness, and 90. So we'd basically go straight back up to the 90. So much selling pressure will happen at the 90 this time round. So someone's brought up Roku and said, have a look at that. Yes. Also, most anticipated earnings this week. Let's look at that together now. What's happening on the earnings this week? So, of course, we've got Shopify before the open. Tilray, also, I believe, at the close today is coming out with a return. Roku here after close Thursday. Walmart before the open. Pretty interesting times. Oh, there's the Tilray. I thought Tilray was meant to be Tuesday night. Maybe I'm wrong there. After the close though for Tilray, and then the rest of these companies. So all eyes probably on this one here. That's the most popular. Dropbox maybe as well. Some people like that one. Shopify, of course, and some others. Definitely get these lists. Now, if you don't have one of these, Earnings Whispers, usually it's shared around Reddit as well, but Earnings Whispers is really good. I'll start popping these into the Discord community on the weekly as well when I get them, just so you can have a look. BTC holding under 50 right now. Everything else kind of just hovering around. What's Tesla looking at? Tesla pre-market is up 0.55 now. US 100 still showing strength, and the US 500 sitting around the 3955. AMC, yep, we'll do the AMC analysis. So AMC holding a 611. A lot of spruiking on this one on the weekend. The good thing for GME holders is if the spruik works on AMC and it gets through the 650, expect GME to be picked up as well. Previous support zones around the 550, very strong. Buying pressure coming back through 650. Previous support buying, previous resistance. This is the key zone for me. Then we hit 7, then we hit 750. Every 50 cents is a struggle for AMC. So I'm looking at every 50 cent bracket there. STJJ Film says, hey Tom, can you have a look at Amazon? Yeah, we can have a look at Amazon. Let's check out Amazon here. 3282. It's actually been a pretty disappointing stock for quite a few months now. Now, if you purchased this thinking it was going to be glorious, it hasn't been really glorious since, what, 6th of July. It was pretty much the same price. So it's barely returned much in terms of the market. But look at this interesting formation that's happened here. Every time Amazon has gotten down, so every time it's gotten down, here, buying pressure, here, buying pressure, here, buying pressure, here, buying pressure. So the weekly 20 has just been constantly finding buying pressure through this one. It is back at a level of where you would think resistance is becoming support. We'll dial in on that in just a few moments and we'll have a look. By the way, thank you so much to the 1,200 people viewing the stream right now. If you haven't subscribed, definitely consider doing so. We're now only about 1.5 hours away from market open. So not much longer before we get to the market open. We'll be continuing to dial in on some of the things that are happening right now. One second. It's very noisy in here. There's no clear direction. It looks just like chop with no clear area. We said a few weeks ago we had like a trend line that was coming through here that we thought when it broke through it might buy a little bit off that. I guess it's holding around that zone. It's looking bullish, but definitely much weaker than it used to be. Not too much there. AMD, yeah, I think AMD is a fair one to look at. AMD finding some buying pressure. Beautiful support buying here through the 86. Now we're on the top of the trend line. 94.30 in the pre-market. Lots and lots and lots of patterns here. Let's go the 4 hour. Break of a 96 zone probably triggers purchasing all the way to 98, 99. But I think if we get through 96, we're going past the 100. The 100 won't stop at this time round, you would think. It's considered the level, it's created. If it's going to break out, it's going to do so with force. Look to the 96 resistance, break close above that, possibly movement more from the TA perspective. Ryan says, great. Tom, great to see you. Hello, Ryan. Good to see you as well. How's the volume looking in AMD? Yeah, we'll load up the volume. It'll probably be relatively low still. Daily volume is... It's been decent. I mean, obviously the sell days, you're always going to have lots more volume. A lot of volume there. It is increasing a little. Well, it's decreasing, but it's still doing its right kind of thing. Over here, Traditionally, when it buys up, notice the volume is not that huge. Things are looking all right. Nothing glaring. Unity Software Company, it will explode very soon, says Ibrahim. Unity Software. Now, this is about the 5th time I've heard people talking about this. So this is, am I right in thinking this is pretty much what most games are built on? Pablo says silver dropping. We'll check that out in a second, Pablo. Is this the one that the Unity engine? So it went up to 173. It's now back down to 126. Audio should still be up. Should be nothing wrong with the audio, I think. Ibrahim says silver is worthless. So, yeah, basically you need to clear 140. Previous support got broken through. That's actually pretty negative for this stock right now. Looks like it IPO'd last year. Possibly a pullback. You know I don't like IPOs. I always find this a very tough point. If we're looking at IPOs, it's always hard. I don't like buying. I like buying them initially, and then I like getting out of them, and then I look at them again maybe 12, 18 months later. When we go back 12, 18 months later, it usually is better. Audio's good. Thank you very much. Netflix, come on, from CS. All right, let's have a look at that. Haven't looked at Netflix in some time. Continuously holding 20 moving average on the daily. I mean, I'm pretty bullish on Netflix. I think it's done the holding pattern. It's reliant purely on the index now. If the index continues to hold and move up, I think Netflix does well. And it is on earnings. Well, when the earnings come out, will pretty much be the catalyst for it. There's negatives and positives for Netflix. 558 right now. Okay, let's go over to silver. I believe we had a few people saying it's dropping. It certainly is dropping. Silver getting tanked on right now. BTC trading 49.6. Gold going down to 1800. So this is a fairly large move. We'll continue to pull this trend line out here. Where's the buy pressure? 27.10. Geez, they're really nasty on silver. I can't believe that 27.80. We didn't get a close above it on the 4-hour. There is buying pressure at 27.20. Probably expect that to be one of the key levels. Now, if silver's dropping and gold's dropping, technically the stock market should be dropping. Usually these all go hand in hand together and the stock market starts dropping. Tesla up. I didn't see Tesla that much up, so about 0.5%. Yeah, so let's have a look at gold here coming into the 1800. Now, you'd think 1800's a strong kind of buy pressure, but every time it's got down to 1800, over here it did buy off. Last time it dumped way harder. Let's go back out. 1800, some buying pressure up to about the 1817, then it sold off hard. Let's go to the weekly on this one. You'll notice the weekly 50 moving average here is the key level. Support, possibly support again. Series of lower highs coming through though. Everything for gold happens very, very soon. Right there. That's what I'm looking at. That's correct, Siddharth says to Christina. 38 to 50 entries. Yeah, that's my favorite fib for the pullbacks. Maro says it feels like metals are always dropping at this time of day. Barber going up now. Barber has good structure on it. Very nice structure. Let's go to the 4-hour. This obviously does have some governmental risk on it, but this is nice structure and it looks prepped. Now I know if you're there, Graham, you round? I saw you commenting in the net Discord. I know you're on this one. You're interested in it. This particular pre-market, it's hard to know what the actual break level is for this because, I mean, you know 280, very critical, but you would have thought that breakout here was very bullish for Barber. 270 it got above. It's still holding, but pre-market 271 up 1.27%. How much room does it have in it? It has $300 quite easily, and then maybe even a 320. Things are looking good here. Structure is pretty correct. It's behind probably a lot of other overpriced stocks. 2050 cross on the daily. Just make sure that's an exponential. It is. So 2050 cross on the daily. 200. Lots of dynamic support behind it. Looks good. Let's check the pre-market now. Let's see what's going on. Pre-market here. CP, PayPal, Teradyne, HubSpot. They're up quite hard. Square as well will be relatively good. You can see both of the things linked to potential PayPal into Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, etc., all doing incredibly well. That's pretty much where the money is right now. It was EV, now it's turned into other things. What else have we got here? On the downside, CoStar, ResMed, Moderna. Moderna has been a massive sleeper that I noticed no one's been talking about. BTC, yeah, we saw it hit 50. SNDL opening up big. Let's have a look at our speculative watch list now. Speculative watch list. We have pre-market. Molecular data is now up 18, more than before. AMC holding a 9.3, so that's really awesome. 9.3 on AMC, very cool. Tilray 5%, Sundial 2.88. So not as much as it was. There was about 12% pre-market. When we first got in, about 12%. Thanks again to the 1,241 people joining us. What do you guys predict on marijuana stocks? Do you think that they all go down now, or do you think they have a second resurgence? I'd be interested. Do you guys think up or down for marijuana stocks across the board today? Up or down? Let me know. I'm not gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna see what you guys think first. Let's see, up or down marijuana stocks today. Let's see. Riot, yeah, we'll check out Riot. I've had that request quite a few. Riot blockchain, beautiful move. 56. So this is going up very, very hard over the last couple of days. Fourth up to 56. Big run. It's so aggressive, you know you're going to have to go down to a very small moving average. Any pullback here, even though the pre is 56, 20 moving average on the 1 hour. We checked this one on the weekly, I think. It hit the 17 highs. I thought around $50 would be where it craps out. It's higher again. It looks like this run has to be bigger than the last run. I'd be incredibly careful on Riot. Incredibly careful. I'm terrified of this stock and the pricing that it's on because of the nature of the flash dump. And also, look how long it took to move. Didn't start moving till November. Bitcoin was moving before that. And most of the move has been heavy speculation moves. So I'd be a little bit careful on that one. Okay, so most people's opinion is up, up, going down, says Fred, up in smoke. Today, down, long-term up for weed stocks. Down, 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 down. Wow, look at this. A lot of down. Guys, I reckon you guys reckon down is more than up. Wow. Thomaso says, what's your opinion on dollar index? Will it continue to lose value? Yes. Over the longer term, yes. There will be buys in the dollar index. Like, I mean, right now it's actually buying pre-market here, which is pretty annoying because it went through before and closed below. But it's back up to testing the support as resistance. But yeah, look, it will have kind of moving up, then moving down over time, for sure. Up long term. So Mark M says that FX Evolution Platinum been nuts last week. Yes, Mark. I'm sure you, if for people that are watching the stream, I'm sure we correctly analyzed that ascending very, very well. That was awesome. Burn says we are always wrong, smiley face. Yeah, it's true. That's why I kind of, sometimes I do ask the room and I think, it's interesting. Everybody says, you know, down for weed stocks today. So that probably means they're up, yeah? It's usually the opposite of what, unfortunately, a lot of people do think. It's like the stock market. You can see like a return. You look at a fundamental report. It looks awesome. And then the stock goes down. You say, how can it go down when it put on 25% year-on-year growth and all these other things? The answer is it's way too hot. It needed a lot more. Gold's going down. Yes, so we're back under the 1810 level. We're going to go and test the level of 1800. Almost got there just then. 1800 was bought previously, but basically I think it could go even further. If you think about legs as well, this leg here possibly becomes the next leg. The next leg pushes into the supports. That's how I like to proof kind of my TA, and this would be the area. Previous support around that 50 moving average on the weekly as well. Chairman Wall Street Bets. Chairman Wall Street Bets in the room, pumping things like Cardano. So today is the day Cardano all-time highs. Well, that would have to be like $1.20 plus, I think, Wall Street Bets, but don't spam it too much. Thanks to the mods for getting rid of that one. Yeah, I don't think it's going to get through $1.20. Cardano does look strong. It's been $1.20 in the past. Probably somewhere around this one, it's going to find some resistance and struggle. And a lot of coins are waiting to see what Bitcoin does next. I mean, Bitcoin was 50,600 just before, now trading 49,344. Volcano says, at FX Evolution, thoughts on US dollar VEF. Okay, let's have a look at the US dollar VEF. By the way, guys, what do you think of this stream? Is this better, having it this way, or do you prefer the old way? Do you like the ticker? Do you like having the ticker up there with some stocks and things moving on, or just get rid of it? Let me know what you think of the stream, because this is obviously new in terms of the layout and stuff. Hopefully you do enjoy it. US dollar VEF. Why am I searching it like this? I don't even know why I can't find it. But anyway, that's all right. BTC to 40K, a few people saying. Simon says, so much better. That's good. Is this the Charlie Harris? Is this the free version of TradingView or the paid version? It's the paid one. It's premium. That being said, you don't need it. It's just that if I was streaming to you guys and I was using TradingView, it would suck, because what would happen is you'd have TradingView and it would constantly come up with, would you like an ad? Would you like an ad? Something like that. Would you like to buy premium? Yeah. So I do have it. They actually give it to me because I use it so much on the videos. Alberto says, less is better. Enjoy theta. This looks good. Whatever works for me. iMonster Art likes the old way. Like the tickers, maybe make them smaller. Yeah, we can actually edit them now. So see what you guys think. Let's do it together. Live scene. This one, I think. And we can just load it there. You prefer the tickers that small? Maybe it makes the screen a little bit better. I might move it down. I'm not sure. I actually kind of like it just about there. Just chilling in that zone. All right, we'll leave it there. US 500 now dropping a little bit. So our thought process was around the resistance of the SPX, 39.50, 39.45, that kind of zone for the open. Whatever the other one does, yeah. Thomas says light mode was better. STJJ Films, thoughts on tech stocks lately? Look, my thoughts are, and it's overpriced. Tech stocks overpriced. Great tech stocks out there. I find them incredibly overpriced. Too small? Need glasses. All right. Well, we can only have it like this or not. I mean, if we have it any smaller, we won't be able to see it. I can knock them off. I can take the bottoms off, not have those ones, and just have our mains. There we go. Zach says, is BTC... Oh, so anyway, my thought on tech stocks. Let's get back to that. So tech stocks predominantly are just running way too hot for their future valuations. I think that it's in order to get a correction on them. Even, you know, obviously ARK and Cathie Wood and all those other people, they all believe the same thing. I have, let's call it powder. There's powder available. Hopefully there's some powder available. And I think it's worthwhile having powder available in a market that's so euphoric like this. I've never seen the market this hot, ever. And it makes me think more .com kind of style, where basically every single crappy stock is moving up and things that are worth nothing are moving up. So it makes me think that, again, tech stocks are being supported a little bit more. We don't really need to see the tickers, a few people said. I mean, we can get rid of the tickers. Let's just disable it for now and see if people prefer it like that. So this is way cleaner and a lot less kind of stuff going on. We obviously don't have anything but the price now, though. So before, what we had was more like this. All of it on the right-hand side. If you prefer that one, let me know. I might actually even create a quick, maybe straw poll or something on it. Because we can actually run that one. Let me get a straw poll. Always trying to improve it for you guys. Why not? Stream window.
I'll take your entire stock.
Let's do that. Get this poll started. Market 39.52. Let's get that stroll poll. I will go with this one. There we go. We'll share this in the room now. There we go. Yeah, got rid of the tickers for now. Thomas Donegan says CA 149. Oh, thank you very much. With a hot dog. Thanks very much, Thomas. You're always supporting me with the Canadian money. Appreciate that, mate. Quite a lot of people like this one. Well, I've chucked it in there so we can make some decisions. There we go. So if we prefer the tickers like this, I can do it. Masha says, if anything, it would be great to add a plan for stream and some tickers which will be checked in order so there's less people asking non-stop. Yeah, I think, look, getting a plan for it, and obviously me maybe guiding it a little bit better, certainly will be there. There are quite a few stocks that I want to start talking about and scanning. So I want to basically have, if you get in early in the morning, I want to do a corner where we basically scan for stocks. So we go through parameters, we scan for stocks, we talk about the market, that one. There we go. We'll get that one up now. So yeah, 39.52. What's happening with silver? So silver's had some recovery in it. It hit that support. It hit that trend line. Some buying pressure coming back here from silver. The dump, then the pump. Gold here, 18.11, went down to about 18.03. So will it hold this? You can see previous resistances and the trend line that we had held up nicely for now for a bit of a scalp. ETH under 1800 as well. Ticker scrolling on the top. Yeah, that's actually a little bit harder to get than I thought. Siddharth Mooley at FX Evolution. Tom, if you could ever keep a space for tickers covered with timestamp, perhaps it would cut down on redundant requests. That would probably be impossible, Siddharth. Very difficult. Thanks to everyone that's coming out as well. Let me just quickly fix this. Peter, too much spam, man. Yeah, so that's what's happening with silver. Let's go back to the pre-market. Molecular data now, still 18. AMC's holding 8.59, so that's pretty nice. GameStop 1. So it looks like Tilray will open green. We're now only about an hour, 15 minutes away from the open. Plantier, the result does not look good. Remember, all of these are gambly kind of things. They're not recommended for the faint of heart, that's for sure. What other ones do we have here? So the dollar index actually bulling right into this level. It's hit the 20. Strange buying pressure coming in here from the dollar index. Let's go to that straw poll, see what people's thoughts are. So we'll bring that on the screen right now. Okay, so it looks like most people are saying new style is preferred.
I'll take your entire stock.
I got here Mark M, $10. Thank you very much. He says, thanks a lot, dude. No worries, Mark. Glad you're enjoying the streams. I've also got another donation coming in here from the Guzcool. Says, I watch you and a couple of others every day. I'd say y'all. Repeat the same 10 to 15 stocks. The ticker with most asked for might help in the stream. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Look, I want to basically try to get it to be the best stream we can pre-market, because I can do this all day long. I can. We can get here and we can do it. I've been doing it for a long time and I'm not sick of it yet. Oh, old style's coming back.
I'll take your entire stock.
All right, I'll copy it in there 2 more times just to get everybody's opinions on it. I think that is good. We do get asked about the same ticker a lot. So maybe if I can time it, that would be good. Jeanette Garcia, $5. Thank you very much there, Jeanette. Appreciate the donation. Thanks for the support there, guys. It was pretty close. People don't mind the old style. All right. Dollar index still strengthening. I guess I will probably start to just go, okay, I want to do these stocks and we'll talk about them because I see structure on them as well. Net, what's happening with net? So it's down 0.3 pre-market here, 85.69. All right, 85.69. This actually has good structure on it. I've talked about it a few times on the stream. Resistances becoming support, resistances becoming support, the dreaded news, and then the bust off after that. But things are looking bullish here, and I'm surprised that it's finding so much weakness. This TA is very good. The TA makes sense also to the $100. It's an interesting level and definitely a very critical kind of point where you would have to think that right around here, net has to have a move up. They're more boring than the other ones, but yes. What do I think about Doji? I'm not a fan. We've looked at Doji before. Y'all is Southern for you all. Yeah, I know, I've heard it. I just don't know how to say it. I wish I did. That's awesome. It's like how we say mate, or what you guys would say, like shrimp on a barbie or something. I'm not full ochre Australian though. If you ever come to Australia, go. If you guys here from Brisbane, they know what I'm talking about. You get out in Brisbane, it's literally like speaking sometimes, or not Brisbane, but North Queensland. Sometimes you speak to people, you don't know what they say. And you go to Northern Territory, you really don't know what they say. In America, I've only ever seen it happen once. Something around bayous. I was watching some shrimp show once. Oh man, it was awesome. They had to put subtitles on the guy because no one could understand what he was saying. It was great. Oh, Jeanette had a request ticker. I didn't see it in your comment there, Jeanette. What do you think about RLFTF? Thank you very much for people coming up with that one. Thanks, Jeanette. RLFTF. Relief Therapeutics. All right. Firstly, we want to go monthly, get an idea. Looks like it's an IPO. 1 week data. So generally with any IPO, they come in super hot and then they're not so much. I'm not a huge fan on buying anything really in the after the IPO phase. So I like it when it IPOs. I like selling into the IPO, and then I usually hold off and get it to form structure first. Right now, what this is doing is it's just showing weakness, and it's got runs followed by weakness. That being said, Jeanette, there is a clear level here of buying pressure around the 26.27. So we're pre-market here at 0.3502. We've found previous resistance acting as support, so there is some zone. But I'd be pretty comfortable that we're going to get back down into that area. And just be careful, look at the fundamentals, make sure you want to hold this company. That's what I would say. Make sure you want to hold this company. Back, that is the support, and twice it's bought off it, so why not again? Third time's the charm, yeah? Snowflake. Oh, Snowflake. Don't bring it up, guys. Are we dead yet on Snowflake? I think it's been doing all right. Oh, yes. Vindicated to a degree. All right. So Snowflake was one that came in super hot, busted down, then it's moved up. Okay. Got to that 427. So this is one that did a little bit differently. This is what I expected. The second pump, sure. Then it went even higher. It annoyed me. Now, I had a prediction on this one, and I've live streamed for long enough with you guys to know that this is kind of the thing that I'm going to do with it. I have got Snowflake in my charts, but I don't have it here. I have it over here somewhere. So I'm going to wait for 18 months, and then I'm going to come back and revisit this. Hopefully we're still streaming on YouTube and we can do it together, but that's when I'm coming back, 18 months away, and we'll look at Snowflake. Keith says, good plan. I hope it works. Why do we do that? Because look at every other, well, wow, look at Twitter go. But look at every other IPO. Big, giant IPOs. Big run on them, crappy results, and then you start bottoming out. Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, everything. Tech companies in the US, they come in hot, then they're not, then they figure themselves out if they're any good. And that's what I do. Actually, what was another one? Was I want to have a look at this one. Ah, what do you know? Comes in. So when is this? So, I guess this is unfair, but it was already declining. So it was declining in a hot market. So it IPOs 22nd of April. This is pin interest or P interest or whatever you want to say. It's come from 23, goes up to 36. Comes back down, hits 10. I don't think that's fair, so maybe it was going to hit like just 15 or something. How long was that? So that was less than 12. By the time it bucketed off was basically a year. So that went certainly much faster, but it was a different event. And then earnings came in. Everything else, though, Snap, etc., all did the same ones. Mark M says CMLS. Am I a mad keen fisherman? Yeah, I am. I do like doing a bit of fishing. Simulus Media. Oh, that's a nice structure. Finally, a decent structure here. Nice. Yep, 50 moving average, holding it. Daily resistance breaking out here. Pre-market off the screen. You guys can't see it. It's 1040, so it's basically, oh, you can see it there, 1040. Next level. Oh, yes. Okay, so everything makes sense in this chart. You've got the resistance. We've got the previous support that's going to act as resistance, and you have a well thought out level with a bunch of candles holding above the resistance range. That's awesome. Yes. I like that. So any clear of this level now, you would think 11, 12, just under 13. There's a lot of free space there. Nice coil. 50 moving average will hold you as well. You've got to think, how many supports do I have behind my order? So you got the 20 moving average on the daily, but you also have the 50 that's already acted 1, 2. So that probably means 3. So as that jumps up behind the price as well, hopefully it holds. It's right at the correct level though. Good luck. PayPal long-term target. Yeah, so let's have a look at PayPal. Trading at 306 on the pre-market. This Square, a few others really pushing it. That was an incredibly bearish looking daily, followed by a bullish candle. Bizarre, weird things. I think that's to do with the crypto market right now. Crypto market really pushing this through. Look at this resistance. So it hits this area, rejects it off, then all of a sudden, bang, boom, another one, 300. I feel like it's right at the target at this time. 240 held. Did 200 mean anything to it? 200 did mean something and it sold off. Came back quickly. See how 100 traded on it as well. So it busted 100 pretty easily. Sold off a little bit. So I feel like it's already maybe done the sell-off. Hit 300, sold off hard. What's the leg in it? This leg again, maybe? Big run up. Movement from the break. It must be getting close to topping out. Oof, it's really close to topping out. That's a big run, consolidation, next big run. No matter how you chop this, it's getting close. I feel like it's on. Precious metals are dropping again, says Keith. Yeah, silver back down to the 27.28. We've got our trend line here. Kind of, it was holding a little bit before. It's putting pressure back on it. It's all about that dollar index. Suddenly now, dollar index is looking bullish, but not bullish enough. It's all about the pre-market. This is the pre-market jitters. We've got a 1 hour till we get to the pre-market. A lot of people asking for CRBP. We will do it. Bullish divergence on the 1 hour. Well, that'll be a good one for us to look at. Silver will continue to watch this zone. CRBP. All right, let's take a look at this one together, guys. Bullish divergence. Using what? I mean, that would be bearish divergence. The way I read it on MACD. I'm not showing which indicator you're using. 4 hour here. Pre-market, this is up 6.69%, 319. Had the breakout on it above that 2. Hit $4 to the T. Previous, oh, not even support. Oh, there was some support here. So hit a psychological, sold straight off. Hit $3, bought straight off. This is a retail stock. It trades just like retail. So you got to act like retail. $2.99 buying pressure. $3.20 now. I guess if you continue to see bullish buying, where does it go to? 4 again. This is the line in the sand, though. I wouldn't trust anything if it got underneath here again. I would think that is the catalyst for this thing to go back down to 250, 2, etc. If this is the stock, then yeah, that is a very, very tough zone. Yeah, trading just like retail stock there. Okay, 1765, AMC 7.87, Tilray still 6, Sundial now down to 0.96. It was a lot better before. Zach's been pretty persistent with this one. Dusk. Must be a crypto. 5 minute, he says. This is a bad feed. Let's use the Binance one. So this is the structure he's talking about. We'll get rid of that. Previous supports. Some resistance. Yeah, there is structure here. 5 minutes is not a key time frame I look at that very often, but yes, there is buying. Is it? It's 10 cents apart, 205. There was a little bit of bullish hammer here. The way you trade it, you want to proof a structure like this. Ideally, you take the distance and range like we always do, proof it out. That goes into the 2246 high, so that means it's good structure. When we get good structure, we can always look at trading that as well. Yeah, so this area here, nice structure, proofed correctly. So possibly a buy through there. Good luck. Can you please check ship? Maritime Holdings. Pre-market is insane, 232. It's probably one that's been pumped. Actually, let's check our pump list here. Let's just quickly have a look at the pump list together for today. I'll change around. So here's our pumping kind of stocks. Let's go to Google trending first. What's been trending recently? We don't have ship in there. GT, GS, these are the codes. If you're not sure about this website, it's pretty good. I quite like this website. Not bad. Reddit trending stocks. Let's go to Wall Street's bets. Go last kind of 24 hours. See what's in there. All the standards, PLTR, GME. This is not doing well right now. Unfortunately, a lot of people there buying it probably. MSM, NG. Twitter trending. Nothing. ACB all the way down the low. That won't be very interesting. Disney moving quite heavily as well. Square also up there. What we were talking about before, follow the crypto money. Seems to be the thing at the moment. Speaking of crypto, BTC dropped $1,600 over this time. XRP coming under. Oh, that's not good for XRP holders. Let's just quickly look at that XRP. I want to do that. That is not good. Are we back under the support yet? Oh, not quite. XRP holders need to hold this zone. Hold the fort, yeah? Let's have a look at the 2 hour. Yeah. Previous resistance, support, support, support. Lots and lots of buying.
I'll take your entire stock!
A series of lower highs coming in, which is never healthy. We need to break through that. Get through this zone. 1 hour away from the market, by the way, opening here. Jeanette Garcia, $5. Thank you very much, Jeanette. Appreciate that. What do you think about SNGX? What do I think about SNGX? Another one that's moved up to 49. Hopefully you're on all of these early, Jeanette. They're certainly moving nicely. I need to look at that ship again for everybody as well. 249. 280 randomly sold off. Just at 3 randomly sold off. 249 sold off as well. I feel like it's opening right on resistance. That's the daily. What's it done in the month? Bit of a trend line down there with the wicks. I feel like it's hitting right into resistance straight away with the SNGX. I don't like how it's hitting that resistance. And it's happened before and it's pumped and dumped. Silver $27, says Pablo. We'll look at silver. I expect gold to go under 1800. I don't really expect 1800 to buy. Dollar index really powering. So we're going to have to start talking about the index. 39.50 on the S&P. But for this one, Jeanette, I think multiple rejection wicks, 249 pre-market, looking like the strong kind of zone. That's what I'd be focused on. And it just, yes, it could pump up to 280, but it tends to sell off that area. And your best case here is maybe a $3 plus for the time being. Good luck. HCMC we've done before. Salvatore, we definitely checked that out. Zom was doing well, but slowing down, I'm worried. Definitely look at the old history on Zom. We've done that before as well. Bulcano said that FX Evolution data on silver spread. Not sure what you mean. buy that one there, Volcano. Silver putting pressure on 27. It's kind of popping under that. It completely busted that trend line now. There was some buying pressure, but just hasn't sustained. I'll give you guys a tip on how I like to do trading. There's a lot of instruments, yeah? You'll always get lots of opportunity. So I actually tend to stay away from the 1 hour, from the 15 minute, from the 5 minute, etc., because you get a lot of false signals. What I prefer to do is if you were to say to me, Tom, what's your favorite time frame? What do you do all the time? I just look on the daily and the weekly and I just sit there and look for stocks, because there's different ways of making money out of small moves. You can use option spreads. I know a few of you want me to go through that. We will be doing it on the channel. There's just too much excitement right now in the markets. You don't have to be someone that always finds 5 minute, 1 hour structures. Who else is looking at those structures? The reason TA works on the daily so well is that big guys look at it. People like Goldman Sachs, they look at it, yeah? And when they look at it, they trade it, you can go on board with them. Riot up? Yes, Riot is up. So we're now only less than an hour away from market open. Pre-market here of the favorite kind of penny stocks, things that are crazy. Sundial now 8%. That's a lot more than it was. It was only 1% only about 10 minutes ago. Tilray 6.62, HCMC doing its little negative. Well, I don't know what it is pre-market here, but yeah, PLTR 9.28. Let's go to the screener. Screener for stocks coming in today. We've got pre-market 6% up. Pin Duo, NXP Semiconductors, PayPal, of course, hovering around that 306. I feel like that's very close to the end there. Square 272 up 2, possibly a move to 300, even regardless of market conditions. We'll have to see. On the downside, CoStar, Toyota down 1, nothing else yet to report. We've done CTRM, OKK. Look back about 10, you can find it. 10, 20 minutes. CRISPR Therapeutics, another one that we look at regularly, it seems. I'll have a look at CRISPR for you. Pre-market 162, that's a good sign. Found support again. We talked about this because that's why I had this proofing here. I was worried for head and shoulders on this one, and I still am. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. More importantly, it's very coiled. That's a great close for you guys. What a beautiful bullish hammer coming right off the support. If you're a person that's going to be buying the dip, that's here. What I like to do instead is I won't usually participate too much in here, though that bullish hammer is a beautiful thing. Get the close here. You get any movement above this zone, that's going to trigger some buying pressure. 170 resistance. And then, of course, the market structure through here. You get a close above this zone. Where's the next logical? Huge amounts of participation. So this is that market participation area we want to be into. It's not bad there on CRISPR. Good spot. Nice. George R says NAKD is killing me. Luckily, I don't have too much in it. Let's have a look at NAKD. This has not been a preference. This is another boom bust. I can't stress it enough. I say it all the time. Look back in the history of the stock to find out whether it's a boom bust or something real. Boom, bust. Boom, bust. Boom, unfortunately, bust. This looks like a classic blow off. I hope you get out and I hope it gets stronger, but it does look like it's over. From a TA perspective, it looks dead. Why is that? Because it sold off way too aggressively without a rebound. When it did rebound, it's probably only gone to a 50% of this or even less. So you get the fib out usually for this. Put it on. 50. Yeah, it doesn't look good. But I wish you all the best. US market now 39.48. Let's just quickly go over here. Check out the screeners. Let's have a look at the screener. Look at this. What was a sea of green is now a sea of slightly less green coming into the market open. Gold down, 1800 pressured. Silver, we know that's hitting 27 pressured because it's a bit delayed. Platinum also down. Natural gas still going up the most. Thanks again to the 1,233 viewers that are viewing us into Live Market Open. We're only about 50 minutes away now, so not too long. Interesting. What's the news coming in? Let's have a look at Market Watch. If you don't use Market Watch, it's always worthwhile having this one on your charts. Checking out that. All right, let's see what this guy thinks. Here's what could trigger a market accident, says top economist Mohammed Al-Arain. All right. And we've got a picture of a surfboard guy. Let's scroll through here. The only creeping nervousness at present appears to be around the prospects for significant inflation driven by a combination of the emergence from COVID, generous stimulus packages, and rising raw material costs. Okay. Otherwise, keep buying, right? Our call, okay, whatever. Investors are chasing what they label as rational bubble. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys think that inflation is going to be the cause of the market declining? Do you think that's the trigger? They might say concerns over it might be there. What do you guys think? Inflation, is that the thing? Probably not. We missed this ship before 230, completely smashed through the 2. Any close above here triggers buying into just under the 3, by the way. And then through 3, you could be looking at a super pump. Again, it's a pump and a dump. Look how big and aggressive these can be. Super aggressive, super dumpy. Good luck on that one. Little bit of decline coming here through the markets. 13,858. What's silver doing now? 26,922. Bugger. That's certainly moving down here. That was so nasty what it did in the futures trading sessions over the last 48 hours. It just proves that American market is the thing that pushes everything. Here's a question. Inflation should push the stock prices higher. Yeah, in many ways, you would think so. Absolutely. So you would think that that's what you're looking at. $7.77 AMC. Is that true? Pre-market's $5.91, not $7.77 yet. Yeah, we did the AMC support. Any support at 550 strong. Bitcoin 49,000. Yep, we've seen that a few times. Nvidia was a request before. I think that's worthwhile looking at. So NVDA pre-market coming in here at a 0.98% up, trading at 60430. So this one here, structure formation was huge. We did see the completion of the basic kind of movement. So if you want to say this channel here was your take profit, that happened. I think there's more in Nvidia than that though. Is there the full structure formation? That pushes us to a 662 figure. Nvidia certainly does look like it wants a breakout. There's a lot of reasons why this could do very well. Lucky 7, says Mo Bigsley. Clayton, what do I think about Dogecoin? Similar to XRP, except much worse. It's an interesting one purely just to show people what happens when something slowly dies. When it doesn't have the pump in it anymore, it doesn't have the hype in it anymore, and people lose faith. Series of lower highs on the trend line. This is probably the last kind of level that Doge needs to hold. If it can't hold here, back down to the 0.04, back down to the 0.03, etc. It would need Elon, it would need some severe pumping to push it through. And I'm not even sure if Elon could do it anymore.
I'll take your entire stock!
George Garcia says $2. Do you think Sava will make a comeback? So Sava's another one we have seen. We will have to get stuck into the big stocks very, very soon because we're getting close to that market open. Thanks to the 1,200 people joining us for live stream today. 50.90 Sava. Do I think it comes back here? No. Market structure is holding, similar to the GME, similar to the AMCs. Previous resistance across here. Physical, PSLV versus physical, Paul says. Oh, physical is always better if you can have it, but the storage costs are expensive. So I like physical ETFs. I don't mind them. That's actually been my preference when buying metals rather than contracts, paper contracts. This has found the support. I don't think it's ever going back there. You need to see a close clear of 62 plus, get through the wicks. I kind of don't feel like Sava can do it unless there's some strong fundamental reason that can get it back up there. But that was that huge pump that came through. So good luck, and hopefully it continues to hold this level. Pre-market's looking great, 50.90. So I hope it gets back up to the 60 today for you. Yasia says Dogecoin is dirt cheap right now, 0.056, and for sure going back up to 0.089 this week. Buy low, sell high. Yeah, I mean, maybe, but it's very gamblery, more than anything else. Pavel says, Tom, can you please check blue? Looks like an overreaction, but wonder about key levels, probably around 30, 35. We can do that. Thank you very much there. So unfortunately, I don't think that other one, Sava, will come back. Blue. Let's go weekly.
I'll take your entire stock.
Pre-market is not good for this one. Probably an earnings report. Oh, where do we go? 32 in the pre-market. Big movement up, big movement down. Oh, man. 32 in the pre. I mean, you would think 35, 36 is going to be heavy selling pressure now that if it opens this low. I'm pretty scared for this one. I mean, the structure down here at 20 is where it's looking at. $30, $20, $25. Every $5, just look at it. But it's in a super downtrend. 20 moving average on the weekly as well could be something it picks back up to. Good luck on that one. $1.99 coming down from TRPZGRDZ. Thoughts on BSV? All right, we'll have a look at that. BSV. Another heavy pump. That was an interesting pickup. So it actually hasn't moved much. IPO'd maybe over here in 07. This is a weekly. Big movement there. Slight decline. Is this it? BSV. Surely you're talking about this. I can't imagine you're talking about the other one. Thanks very much for the subscriptions, guys. They're usually pretty delayed. This one is not good data. Bit Phoenix. There we go. Cleaner data. Yeah, that really does meet that meme there, Pavel. Paul Tiggett says, I bought some Doji at 0.04. Knew I should have moved on at 0.08. Hey, look, I didn't think it would go to 0.08 either. It just kept getting pumped and pumped and pumped and pumped. Here we have BSV US dollar. What's happening? Bounced off this level, 20 on the daily. Scroll down. Series of lower highs coming through here. There's the lower highs again. We'll take that trend line and pop it through. Pretty much buying off the bottom as well. With a little bit of a trend line going through there. It's crunch time for this one. I'd like to see it break above. Something like this happen where you get movement up. moving back down, and continue forth. These are bots telling him the stocks to look up. Yeah, some of them would be. There's actually bots everywhere just spamming stuff. He isn't even reading the messages. No, I'm definitely reading the messages. What's your analysis of Disney stock? To the moon. That's the only analysis there is. 39.50 BSB. I'd just trap it like this, looking for buy pressure coming back through. Let's check out Disney here. Long-time favorite of mine on the channel. I did trim it a little while ago and get back in. I think I told you guys I was trimming it here. Things look good. I'm surprised so many people are suddenly interested in it. I guess because the announcement was good. I was very keen on it all the way back through here. I thought it was a bit of a sleeper back in October as well at 120. I think Siddharth and a few others probably grabbed this one in. SCKT, yes, we'll look at it. I see it. My goodness. 1 Swedish krona. That's what I can't believe that stupid, ridiculous Siri thing keeps going up. Disney here, I do think it's in for a bit of a decline. Pre-market right now, we're at 0.454%. I wouldn't be surprised after the earnings hype to see some pullback, and then for more of a reality to set in, slow, gradual increases. Disney's moved too quickly for itself. Look at this. It tends to hover for quite some time. Big bounce up, hit just underneath the 200, pulls back, maybe to structure 182, and maybe some buying pressure there. Dude, QYB, man. I understand you want to see stuff, but like there's a lot of things going on, so you can't really look at everything. We've got a few requests for this one, SCKT, so we'll definitely check it out. 324, basically hitting the resistance of the previous point. There's been a lot of rejections. So you know it's an important zone. You've got here a point where it literally pumped and dumped in 1 week. Weekly rejection, weekly rejection, weekly rejection. Structure creation now, which is good. Pre-market, it's up insane. 10%, $10 pre-market, 208. Okay. Well, anyway, things were looking good, but it's gone crazy. 1008.
I'll take your entire stock.
I mean, what can you say about this? It's pump, dump, frenzy, crazy. That's what it's done in the past. Dude, I don't know, man. $10, for me, it's totally a gamble. You can try to ride it, but 215%, why is it up there? Is there something that's amazing fundamentally that you want to get hold and hold it on? It's way too gamblery for me. It's also opening at the psychological zone of 10. So there could be money in it, but once this happens, unless you're in here and you're like, okay, I'm getting in, I'm in it, I couldn't say that that's a great time to get in right now. You got a donation here coming from Paul Togut. Says $5. Totally is. He reads 2 of my messages. You're a hero to this new person. I guess you're saying, Paul. Yeah, no, I definitely read the messages as much as I can. Absolutely. But this thing here scares me a lot. That is full gambler. Good luck. CCIV, we'll check it out. Thank you very much, Nick, joining the Diamond Hands squad. Definitely message me after. You should get a link straight away. So just message me in Discord. Once you get that link, Tom, in the Discord, man. Give me your YouTube. Sage Chica says, love the stream, very informative. Thank you very much. DXY 1 hour. Yeah, we've been seeing that kind of eventuate here. 9511. The VIX should be going. Is the VIX going mental yet? VIX 6.51. We showed you guys a little bit of a trick, and this actually came from a member of our community, and I like it a lot. I like it a lot. VIX 3 months divided by the VIX here. You'll see it becomes an oscillator point. You can put moving average to smooth it or whatever. But what I noticed is that if you actually look at the dates when it tends to come up and get above this 1.3, that seems to be a very good signal that we got euphoric action coming into the market. I like this one a lot. Like a lot. So yeah, check this out. Also on the buy side, it's not bad. So well done to Kevian for this one. Shout out to you, man. Now, I hope everyone has their coffees ready. It's almost 1 a.m. I'm going to have a quick sip here. Got to have a sip. It's pretty cold. It's not the best. I've been talking way too much. That's okay. We're ready to go. Half an hour to go to market open. Things are happening. 39.48 on the market. We've got the VIX hit the euphoric figure, went through. You know what's something I haven't looked at in a while? The sentiment indicator. Now, this is, I know it's CNN. Some people don't like that. Let's quickly switch over here. So it only showing a little bit of greed. There's a lot of greed in the market. I don't know why it's a little bit of greed. Oscillator coming back up here. Usually this has been pretty good at predicting total bottoms in big crashes, such as the 18 into 19 and 20 crash. So I do use this particular fear greed over time oscillator a little bit to try to predict stuff. I think it's worthwhile. Can you put on the screen which stocks you're currently looking at? Yeah, I will do that. That's one of the things I'm going to improve on the stream for you guys. So I'm going to actually have some stocks that I'm looking at. Some things that I have been looking at the moment, it's been, we need to look at Roku as well. Net, which is Cloudflare. Square, which I've been in. CRM is another one. So CRM, I've got a pretty lofty target for this one. It's up pre-market 0.76. My boring target for this one's about 270. I like the accumulation. I like a lot of things about this one. I like the business. I like what they're doing with it. Volume's been relatively low, but it has been increasing a little bit through this slight volatility. And this one for me is, you know, the kind of option-y thing that I do on stuff, spreads, etc. That's correct, Johnny. Thanks very much for that one. Yes, we do try to cover as much as we can, but we can't do everything. S&P 500 sell or buy for today, says Wong. We were talking about the trend line. I'm tending to think sell from these levels. Let's go with the community again. Buy, up or down? Usually the community gets it kind of wrong. So let's see. What do you guys think? Up or down for the S&P 500 today and the Nasdaq? Up or down? So it's actually going to open up. Remember that. It's going to open up. So just because the futures say it's down, it's the SPX that will be up, the real market. Up or down, let us know. I'm very interested to see what you guys think on this one. The reason why is I think we're going to open right around the trend line. So 39.46 was the trend line for the SPX. We have extrapolated that out from the real market. Get rid of this. We don't need that. It's 39.45, right on resistance. Do we open right around there? Mikhail says, I'm short, so up. Down, then sideways, says, I like that with the stickers. That's good. Up to 4,000, then down to 3,900, says Pablo. From the pre-market moves here in gold, in silver, gold, you would think the market's going to be down a lot more than it is right now. Gold getting crushed under 1,800 right now, all the way back down potentially to 1775. We knew 1,800 wouldn't hold. We suspected that. Silver is disappointing to see it back down here after having such an amazing 2 days of movement. That is a little bit disappointing, I think. It's going to open up, then it will go down, says Kevin. Tend to agree with you there. Open up and then drop. O Davis, down, down. Okay, so I'd say probably over half the room is thinking down. I'm not sure if I influenced you there, but it's pretty close. Carlos says, what's up with AMC or GME? Is it dead? Well, at least it's holding the support. AMC is not dead today. It was spooked pretty heavily on the weekend. So it's been as big as 16% up pre-market. Looks like it's going to open about 6. and GME is opening down right now, 52.25. Let's go to the pre-market here. Let's go to our screener. We always go 23 billion plus because I like these companies. Still holding a bunch of gains, but the gains are slightly dwindling. PayPal still holding one of the strongest of the day. Square also holding very strong. Roku just cannot be stopped. Let's look at that one in a minute. Earnings this week for that. Close on the other side. What have we got going on? Little bit down, bit of flat. Not as exciting as it was before. Remember, earnings whispers, something I would have on my charts. I'd always have this every week. You should get this one. It's a nice little reminder of what's going on. Tilray, Roku, Walmart, just to name a few that are opening up. The dash for trash. That's true. Thomas says, I spy magic cards. Yeah, that is actually correct. They were literally I got them for free. So I was like, yes, I will put these on this wall. VIX 3M/VIX, again, worthwhile having on your charts just to figure out whether a market's euphoric or not. US 100 here, 13.85. Some weakness coming through. Let's have a look at the 15-minute chart. This is the futures. So what's happening on the 15-minute chart? Peak, trough, lower peak, coming back into the previous structure of the trade than the day before. And now all of a sudden we're breaking through to a new low. I think it's going to be a very exciting first half an hour. A very exciting first half an hour. So we're breaking low right now. This is where you expect some buying pressure to come back through. If not, previous resistances across the 13,760. That's how fast we could drop into this area here. We'll be looking at Tesla in just a few moments as well. Janelle PMG, $1.99. Good morning, everyone. What's going on, Janelle? Good to have you here. Yes. I am feeling at least an initial drop in the markets here. Looks like sentiment's changing, but what has me mostly concerned is the metals dropping off like that, and then out of nowhere, the dollar index doing an absolute heavy bull run on it. And that's actually really, really sad because the 4-hour closed below, things were looking bearish, and you would be fair to think that this was a short area. There's only one thing that you could ever take out of this and say this isn't a great zone. That is that all of this price action happened when there wasn't a US market open. But this is a clear sell signal from any TA perspective. And sometimes that's going to happen. You're only going to get 7 out of 10. Just remember that. Best case. Most people get 6. 8. You're doing amazingly. Could you comment on this headline? Elon Musk calls for Dogecoin holders to sell most of their coins. That baffles me. I mean, we can have a look at it. I've got it literally open. If major Dogecoins holders sell most of their coins, it will get my full support. I mean, did any of you guys understand what the hell he's talking about here? Let me know. What are your thoughts here? Is Elon lost his mind? Or is he just being mean to Dogecoin holders? I mean, is there some meaning I'm not getting here? Let me know. 13.6. I hope the US 100 going to 13,950 and then falls to 13, says Pablo DeWagger. Mountain Fortress says, sell the Bitcoin, lads. It is going into retraction. Volume is very light. Let me see if I can load up something that's incredibly interesting about Bitcoin for March. Where is this? I'm just getting it now for you. Crypto discussion. Where did I pull this? Here it is. Okay. Check this out. Oop. All right. Have a look at this. So this is Bitcoin's bad history. So I'll read these out to you. 1st of March 2016, $431. 31st of March 2016, $415. Not much of a decline. Not much at all. 1st of March 2017, 1,227. 31st of March 2017, 1,078. So still a decline. Then in 2018, we go from 10,346 to 6,897. Another decline in March. 2019, 3,840 to 4,094. So a slight increase. And then, of course, last year was a decrease as well in March. So March tends to be a pretty crappy month for Bitcoin. EXP nearly gave me a heart attack, down 50% pre-market, but they have a stock split. Lucky there, Imran. Oh, wow. Lucky. So dollar index continues to be a bit strong here. Elon wants more trading between whales to support price. Lazy hodlers don't contribute. Was Elon saying sell Doji or sell everything not Doji? I don't really know what he was thinking. Thomas says, I think Elon is saying if the 10 or 12 major holders sell, he'll buy in since it's too risky with so few having such majority positions. Okay. This seems to be the common one. Catherine says, yes, Elon is saying that a few wallets own majority. He wants them to sell so everyone can buy. The coin has few big holders that hold a huge amount of the coin. He wants them to sell and open up the coin. Interesting. Techno crazy. Yeah, it's pretty wild. So US 500 again, coming in slightly weaker than it was before. We've got US 100 also coming in slightly weaker than it was before. A little bit of buying pressure there. We'll go to the 15 minute. Look at the dollar index as the key here. If it continues to find buying and strength, maybe that's it. Is this all just a pre-market fake out? We'll soon find out. Bought straight through that previous market structure here on the US 100. It's going to be very interesting. 22 minutes. Not long now. Oil, I think, is in consolidation now. We hit the 60, overextended, probably now finding some extension. For anyone that's interested in zones that I think oil will come back to, I think the daily will start to catch up with it now. And the daily has been an amazing buy zone. Several buy areas through the 20 here. Planetaire, we've checked this one out. $30 seems to be the pre-market open. This one had some news on it. Previous resistance structure, hopefully acting as support, and a 50 moving average holding behind. I wish you guys all the best. You want to see a close, ideally above the 30.80 today. That would be ideal. Thomas Donegan, thank you very much. Canadian $1.49, a Hamburglar sticker. Appreciate that. What is with the S&P 500? Well, the main thing that's happening with the S&P 500 is that it's hitting the big trend line on the SPX. Michael Martin says, way better than Bloomberg. Thank you very much. Bloomberg's just a bunch of ads and crazy hold music. I remember I used to watch, there used to be no streams like this, yeah, back in 2008, 2010. So I used to watch Bloomberg all the time. And the music was horrendous. Churchill Capital, yeah. How low will it go? Well, if it pulls back properly, we do a full fib of the move. Now, I'm taking the move from pretty much down here. That's my thought process on the last pull. You look at the weekly, get rid of these lines for a second. This is my thought process on a proper correction of the market. The 20 moving average on the daily, firstly, that's absolutely where it should go to. But if we're going to take some euphoria out of the stock market, which I feel just underneath the 4,000 makes some sense. 4,000's never been touched before, euphoria, etc. 38,250 fib pullback. Back into the structure resistance. I'm here with arms awaiting. Come, bring it. US 30. Well, that one cracked the critical zone, but you'll just see again, the US 30 Dow doesn't control the market much anymore. It's just not as important as the US 500 from a sentiment TA perspective. SNDL, $2.58 profit taking. We haven't looked at it on the charts today. Pre-market's up 223. So it's in blow off. I think the end of the big run is over now. Question is how much pressure can be put on for the buy. So here's the $2. We expect buying around there just because it's a psychological level. People like it. I wouldn't test 253, but 250 certainly could happen. Just scrolling down through these timeframes to try to find any key levels. 240, 250, probably the key zones. Sally says polka dot. Yeah, I like that. Polka dot's good. Reason for spike in dollar index. Well, I'm not sure with the news because I haven't had time to have a look. Let's have a look together. 15 minutes to go here. Let's quickly switch through, go to the news. We are going to do a screener check as well together during the pre-market. So we're going to start doing that and a little bit more structure through these streams. So let's have a look here. Dollar index. There probably won't be any information. What else is going on? Bluebird Bio. That was that one we checked before. 34% decline. Mostly just stories about Bitcoin. Literally just Bitcoin stories. Ah, well. Not enough for us there. All right. 17 minutes now. Dollar index continuing its bull kind of pressure run. Silver starting to come back a little bit. Gold. Where did gold get to? 1792. Okay, I don't think it's the end. Will gold stop at 1792? Makes sense for it to maybe come back up, test 1800 from the bottom up, and then go from there. Thoughts on your merger between Alpha and Tilray? My thoughts are, let's see earnings on Tilray. But overall, Terratus, yeah, it's a positive. These cannabis stocks, they all need cash flow and they need to be able to generate cash flow. So hopefully by creating what is basically going to be the largest company in all of cannabis, it's strong. There's only a few will survive. When you're picking a new industry, most of them die. They all start and they all die. Thoughts on GME, same as we've done quite a few times. Structure formation is important. If AMC can hold some gains, GME will. First 30 minutes is what you want to watch on those stocks. So AMC was up a lot before. Now it's 6. It was about 16, 17% before. Tesla's one I'll be watching incredibly heavily. Pre-market, this is now 0.39% up. So it's the 1819. Look at the $800 support. This here is where I'm putting the pressure, guys. $800. Derek Lowe says US 500, will it still go up today or come down? Pre-market looks very bullish. I'm tending towards the downside. It's hit the trend line and it's coming back through, but we'll check all of that out in 15 minutes. It won't be long now. Zach says, been doing a lot of reading on Tesla and can make a lot of money if when they do a contract. I'm not sure if that's in reply to something else. Fastly, YOLO. Actually, what's Beyond doing? Beyond Meat. Saw a bit of discussion about that. Beyond Meat, 180, 2.88. It's come out of structure, so I always do like seeing that. Had that massive pump on it a little while ago. This is another favorite of kind of the YOLO kind of stock lifestyle. Went all the way up to 220, completely busted off, and then it's come back down. And it's broken through and found some buying pressure. 2.88% up. Look at this little bullish pin, bullish hammer. This was a nice find. Bullish hammer coming off structure after the volumes came through. Some strong buying volume there, followed by, even when the selling, it wasn't very high, that volume. Let's have a look at the daily here. Yep, strong volume increase. Crazy long leg long leg kind of doji, holding 180 today. It's another case for why I don't get involved in the pre-market IPOs generally. Like I get involved here, take the profit, and then I come back if I like the company later on. BNGO, this requested quite a few times tonight. I have seen it. Pre-market up 14.51. 14.51, 5.91%. Absolutely hyperactive. This one got through what I thought it would do. So I thought it would stop somewhere around the previous. Oh, if anyone got this one, it's like a cryptocurrency. It's so good. Let's go down the 2 hour. Steady series of higher lows is what I remember talking about. We have cracked this, so maybe to the next move. $15, $16, $17, etc. Every dollar I'd be looking at. 10 did act as resistance. 5 it didn't care about. Yeah. Which moving average to follow? 4 hour 20 would be the best for this one. Keep looking. Zach Warner says Vail and Tesla. Tesla looking at mining company. They can do a lot of nickel while being eco-friendly. My bad. Yeah, that'd be cool. Vail Tesla would be cool. Be good for Vail. I like Vail. Looks like gold did bounce a little bit. Not yet. Not yet, but it did bounce off this zone. So we'll continue to look at gold. Gold continues its decline. And this is still, I would think, put pressure on the market. The market might try to open up and then come back down. Thanks again to the over 1,000 people we've got here for the live market stream. Only 11 minutes now till the market opens. Not long now. We'll bring back the ticker for a bit. There's the ticker for the pre-market here. Gold really getting pressure put on it. Bitcoin now under 49,000. Let's have a quick look at the coin markets. Across the board, XRP really copping it the most of the bigger coins. Binance is going to take over XRP at this stage. 6% down. Atom up. All right. This is the zone that we believe the market should open around this 39.45. Catherine Powell says, questions. I tried to sell stock GME pre-market on Webull. It says I can't. It doesn't support GTC. Yeah. So pretty much you shouldn't be able to. As far as I understand it, I can't use Webull myself. It doesn't let you trade in the pre-market. Star Battle says HPMM news out. Hemp Naturals. Pre-market not looking good here on this one. 19, but I'm not even sure if it's open yet. Doesn't look like it trades. Tilray needs to find support here. It looks like it is 31.07. I was very surprised to see it bounce back down. Actually, I thought the move might have been more sustained. You get through 35, you go to 40. 35 first resistance, 40 second resistance for today. I think it can do whatever. It can follow its own thing. Kevin says SPY OPA BB is 395. So we're talking about Bollinger Bands there. Probably need to spell Bollinger correctly. Put Bollinger Bands on. Usually the daily is a good one for Bollingers. See whether we're outside. If you stay outside for too long, usually you get that pullback and it's more severe. One thing with Bollingers is the longer you stay outside, the more severe the correction. So here we had a huge amount of days outside the Bollinger. We got that severe kind of flash day off. Most of the other ones we were out and we stay in and slowly climb higher as the Bollinger expands. Here we were outside the Bollinger, flash crash. So whenever you're using Bollingers, that's the way I do it. If you're looking at a Bollinger, if it's out for 2, 3, 4 days in a row, it's going to flash crash. Or when the crash happens, it's going to be, or the correction, it's going to be much more severe. We are not outside of the Bollinger on the daily right now. We were, but we're not. We've just ground higher after that quick recovery. Meek Indeed says, hey man, what's your thoughts on the XRT and GME situation? My thoughts on the GME situation basically is just, it was an interesting time. It was unique. It's cool. But at the same time, I don't think really anyone won from retail. Like maybe there was a couple of hedge funds that did suffer a little bit. But overall, it was mostly Wall Street that won that. The amount of people that I know that lost money in it, that just don't even know what investment is. I had someone call me. They don't even know how to buy a stock. And they were like, I think I should buy GameStop. I was like, oh my God. This person doesn't know anything about GameStop at all. Does not know anything. IRNC. Okay, we're only 7 minutes off here. We're going to start loading up our pre-market stream, getting everything ready. IRNC, Ironclad Encryption Corporation. So it's pre-market. I don't know what it's doing. It has moved up quite aggressively. This has come off some very small trade. It's not worth much at all. I don't know what to say here other than if it goes down to this 0.002 level, probably finds heavy buying pressure off the previous resistance since it has that memory in it of where it's gone. You can use limits, yes. Kevin said, I made a boatload from that pump in BlackBerry. Well, at least you knew probably also, Kevin, to get out. So US 500 again. Let's load up our screen here. We'll switch on over. Here we are. So we've got a BTC up here on the left-hand side. We'll continue to watch this. Let's dial in on the smaller time frames since BTC is kind of starting to get a little bit attacked. Go to the 15 minute here. We'll have that top left. Then down here we've got silver. I might continue to have silver here purely because the move has been relatively quick. Move the scale to the left here. Dollar index on the bottom right, something that we'll be watching quite closely. I'll have the 15 minute there during the open. And then of course up on the top right, we've got the US 500. We'll chuck that down to the 15 minute as well. So US 500 broke lower than the US 100. Usually Feb's been really bad for the Nasdaq. I showed those statistics. They were really bad for the Nasdaq. Did Kevin say he bought 5 GME? Kevin says 5 shares of GME bought in at 350 FML. That's not good, unfortunately. So we're only 5 minutes away from the open here. Silver moving on down. Pre-market, let's have a look. CoStar, Ferrari, nothing really showing red yet. Makes sense. We are going to open up. PayPal down $1 from where it was. Pretty much Squares down a little bit more. That was about 2 and a bit %. We'll continue to see. JK says GME game continues, all eyes on Thursday. I believe that's is that the earnings? Silver 2704. So 4 minutes to the open here, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe if you like this kind of content. We run live sessions. We do daily videos about TA. And obviously my main aim is to help you guys understand what, technical analysis better and some of the ways that you can implement it into your trading kind of ideas, whether that be fundamental or just pure technical analysis. AMC going to be bought by Amazon? Hey, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool, Brooke. Hey, that makes sense. Is that a story? No, wait. Makes sense. Would they do it? Imagine if Netflix got it. That would be so funny. Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you reckon AMC should be purchased by Amazon or Netflix? That would be so funny. So here's our pre-market 3 minutes away. Let's focus in on here. S&P 500 opening right on that trend line. So the SPX trend line is literally at 39.45 on the resistance. It looks like that's where the real market's going to open. What program am I using for the live chart? This is TradingView.
I'll take your entire stock.
CSP, Canadian $5, says, hey Tom, I love your work. Can you take a look at the US 10-year Treasury bonds when you get a chance, even after the open? We'll probably do it just after the open, CSP. It might be about 10 minutes away. Thank you very much for the $5. Appreciate that. Why would they buy it? Netflix wouldn't. Amazon probably doesn't make much sense unless they wanted the locations as well for some reason. And I don't see how either of them would be able to profit heavily from it, other than to say, okay, now we can launch our films here that we pay for in another way for people to enjoy. But it's not really, it's not really part of their model. Hey, you never know. Be kind of cool though. So far we've got Bitcoin top left. Then we've got silver here just because silver was dumping, and we've got dollar index. We'll probably move to a stock. I might actually open up Tesla on the bottom left hand here. I'm actually incredibly interested to see Tesla's trade today. Pre-market's up 0.24. The reason I'm so interested in Tesla is it's all about that 800 zone. So I'm going to focus in on the 800 for today. I've got alerts set there. Are you on AMC as well? We don't need Bitcoin up here, so we can put in AMC just because it's going to open slightly hot. Here we go, guys. You ready? 10. Oh, yeah. 10 seconds. Here we go. Ding, ding, ding coming up. All right. And we're open. Here we go. So AMC has held a bullish move, it looks like. 6.62% up for AMC. Dollar index still holding the bullish gains. American market is moved to a 39.46 on the open. So we're the first 30 seconds in, that's what's happened. Let's quickly check the pre-round. Let's have a look what's happening here. Percentage changes. What are the big percentage changes up? PayPal holding at 2.5, 305 down from the 307 we saw before. Whoa, did it just disappear? What happened there? Where'd my PayPal go? All right, so we had a PayPal up there and then suddenly PayPal wasn't there. We'll check that out in a second. Salesforce, very good, up 1.65%. I'll give that a clap. Thank you very much. I like seeing that one because we talked about it quite a lot. In terms of downs, CoStar, Dex, Electronic Arts, etc. Let's have a quick look at the specs. What's going on with the specs here? Percentage change, MKD, OC, all people be happy with that one. Ocugen still opening high. Tilray holding an 820. Sundial 7. And Palantir 6 down. Big move from the 6 for AMC. Quick selling going on there. What have we got going on with the GME situation. I'll grab that for you right now. GME opening at a 1% up, 53 basically. So the American market opens down below the structure of the resistance. Dollar index, Tesla actually finding some bullish pressure. Let's switch over to Tilray. Tilray is going wild each way. Get onto a 1 minute here for Tilray because I was seeing some buying pressure coming in quickly there. Buying, then selling. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of dumping and then possibly a buy up. 35 target for Tilray if it does continue to move up. AMC trying to hold $6. Break above and close. First half an hour, super important to these stocks. First half an hour. American market probably doesn't matter for AMC. It'll do its own thing. Okay, Tilray does begin that sell decline. What's happening on Sundial? Sundial actually holding a 219 up 5. Tilray still around 4%. PLTR down 8.2. GME's flat now, 52.40. So the American market is starting to decline here a little bit. US 100, 13,843 down 0.29. They're almost synergizing together. Some selling coming through. Tilray going back down. Siddharth, you round? SNDL target, well, $2 buying pressure just because it's a retail stock, and 250 would be the technical level. I don't think it's got the full blast in it anymore. Tilray then buys straight just above the 30. So it's been all around. Let's go back over here just for a moment. Look at the percentage changes of the specs. Look at them all go crazy. BlackBerry down, whatever that thing is. Don't even know what that is. Churchill down 6. There are some nice gains here so far. AMC still holding a 7%. Gold 17.92 and silver pretty nice recoveries, 27.1, much better than it was. Matt Mazer says no idea what to do with SNDL. Look, SNDL is around support, but it's full on gamblery. It depends where you're at with it. Think about the technicals and think about the way that people do trade these types of things. Tilray 31.83. Are we seeing a bit of a resurgence of what happened the other day? Let's go out of the 1 minute for a second. Talk about the 1 hour. So early on, we had strong buying in the retail hour. So the retail hour was really strong. It went up after that first hour, hit the 35, and then sold off. We're seeing strong buying come through in the retail hour again. This should help your sundial position as well if Tilray continues to hold sentiment. Up 10 now for the day. eToro supposedly was down just before. By the way, if you enjoy these streams, please remember to subscribe and of course hit that alert button for daily content we usually produce on the markets, all to do with TA. Rodriguez says Amazon makes more quality moves than Netflix. Yeah, AMC got a great deal on Twitch. That was a great steal, and we all knew that that was going to be a good one. Tilray here on a 32. Interesting. What else is moving? 818 on Tesla, so just holding a 0.27. Net down again, 2.22%, $84. Square up 1.29. Roku up 1.56, and CRM, the standout, 1.82 up. Yeah, Matt, that kind of thought process, just remember, take that thought process into anything that's pump or dump. What would a retail trader do? And it's generally going to be round numbers. And bring that into your technical analysis, and that's really as much as I can go. Rock, yeah, we'll check out Rock. So Tilray now up even more. we will replace the dollar index. We'll bring up Roku here. So Roku opens up 1.59. I expect it to target, if the market holds up into the earnings, it's going to hold around 480 to 485, right on the resistance, possibly even buy the rumor, sell the fact kind of process. The more it goes up into earnings, the more likely it is to be buy the rumor, sell the fact. Similar to Apple. Apple always buys into earnings and then dumps straight after that. It just gets destroyed. Few people saying Ripple moving up a little bit, 53, needs to hold around that 53, 54 dollar market now, 39.44 for the US 500. Dollar index 90.58. Interesting start here. Nothing too much to report yet. Let's load up the US 100 top right here. So US 100 is starting to dump off. Where is the buying pressure here? There's actually a big gap range in here, which was all of what happened in that last hour or last couple of hours on Friday. If we bring up CoinFin, which I'll do now. Bring up CoinFin. Actually, I think I've got it already. There we go. So if we bring up CoinFin quickly here, and we look at the 5-day, just want to show everybody this one. What you'll notice is all the buying happened at the back end. So that's usually when Wall Street comes in. The retail trade is usually at the start, and at the back end is generally where the retail, the super funds are and the bigger investors. So right now we've got declining Monday, pretty standard for the first hour. What sector's getting bashed around the most? Let's have a look here. By the way, if you don't use CoinFin, definitely worthwhile checking out. It's really cool for being able to check out sectors, look at them on the fly, what's doing well. Energy doing 2.4% today. Utilities continue to struggle. XLF financials, like we've said for a long time, energy and financials are in full recovery phase at the moment, and the two strongest of the stocks sectors. US 100 still under pressure. Roku absolutely flying here, 3.23%. That's awesome to see. GS says, tried on my FXE hoodie today. It's comfy, and I'm sure it's giving me that 15% boost on FX today. That's good, GS. I haven't got mine yet. I haven't got my hoodie yet, which kind of sucks. What do I think of snow? Well, we probably could load that up. So we've seen the open. We'll continue to watch it. Let's go into some individual stocks. I'll just quickly switch across. This is the Snowflake, yeah? So my thought on Snowflake is still that it's going to be some time until this becomes a high quality kind of investment for me. I think it's got time to kind of play out. So I've always said this, if a stock comes in at IPOs, it's great initially. This had a second run in it. I'm feeling a decline. And then after 12 to 18 months, that's when I'm going to swoop in and do my reanalysis on it. So for me, it's not one that I like. If you're looking at TAs right now and you do like it, it's very noisy. Tough to tell any kind of trend, spiky all over the place. Very, very tough. Dennis Hayes says, third week in a row, HMPQ up 15, 20, 25. Just crossed a penny. Okay, let's have a look at this one. HMPQ. Just gets better and better, he says. Okay, well, it's definitely had a great return. Starting to struggle a little bit now, but good luck with that one. Violence is Life says, ahoy. Hello, how are you? Good to have you here. Matt Mazer says, stumbled across your stream. I've been almost 100% focused on crypto. I'm trying to get out of this trade on SNDL. That was a mistake. Yeah. SNDL with crypto, you can kind of think that it's going to come back. With the stock, it's pump and dump. Some crypto is pump and dump, but if you're buying, let's say you buy Ethereum, there's a good chance that it comes back, yeah? It's like you're buying a blue chip of the coins. Now, if you buy a crappy coin and it's like 500 in the list, it's unlikely that it's going to recover. So the first 10 minutes is over now. We've seen pretty much the open right around the zone. We've had Tilray move that 10%, now pulling back 31.36. AMC, unfortunately, is not holding the 6% for us today. It's holding up, but not amazingly. Samurai Jack says eToro not working for me. That sucks. eToro supposedly broke a few times today in the pre-market. I think Bitcoin killed it. Thoughts on eBay? Okay, cool. Let's have a look at eBay. eBay's been a struggling stock for some time. When you consider where it was and then how long it's taken really to do well again. 2018, obviously the March lows, and now back to 63. Well, this is a breakout. This is significant for the stock. I haven't done... That's a great close. That is a great close. Above the rejection wick, resistance, close. Very, very nice. That's great. So you would think it's in a strong pattern to go towards the 70 bracket or better. How does it act around rounds? 50 was some resistance, sold off a little bit. 60, yeah, rounds. 60, sold. 50, a little bit of sell. Aiming for the 70. Does it ever fail to get through? 40, a little bit of sell. I didn't quite get to 50 back then in 18, but it's a different market now. So I think it's aiming towards the 70. Good luck on that one. Tesla now down slightly. US 500 still trading around the same area, and US 100 is still trading around the same area. So we're coming into a market that's basically not moving hugely. It's going to need some direction. And as is always the way, probably when we finish the stream, it'll start moving pretty heavily, yeah? DocuSign breaking out. Let's have a look at Docu. Oh, yeah, sorry, CSP. We will do the 10-year treasury. I got carried away. We will do that right now. So DocuSign 271. Definitely a massive breakout of structure here. It's broken out once before. Been a big holding pattern actually here. November purchasing, repurchasing, sweet breakout. I want to finish this one just quickly. Beautiful resistance. You'd have to think maybe a return back into here becomes a great buy pressure. That's a great spot. Should be looking at that one. Great spot takeover. Target. 290, eh? This time round, though, because of the structure, possibly even a 300. This looks great. Well done. Nice. Okay, 10-year bonds. Let's have a look. Treasury yields. So 10-year notes, basically in consistent decline here. Recently. So when did that switch? About April last year, we started to see the peak, and then we started to see a decline. Now, usually speaking, it's been declining. It went up through all of 2019, and then it's declined back down. Where do I think this stops? So around this 134.40 for the 10-year notes. Now, CSP, I will actually answer this for you in a video tomorrow, where I'm going to actually cover the 10-year bonds and 10-year notes. I'm going to cover what exactly is happening with it. So I'm not going to go fully into it now, but if I make the video tomorrow or the next day, you will have your answer in it. But I do think it's coming down to this point because there is a pressure that it puts on the Nasdaq with 10-year notes. So I will definitely do that. But 134.40, my thoughts in terms of the process of what's going to happen next from this. I think you want to probably do a correlation with the Nasdaq and 10-year notes. Find out whether this decline is that significant to the Nasdaq. What's happening to the other notes as well. 5 years, not really doing much. 30 years, obviously declining. So we're starting to see this idea that maybe things are changing, and this could have the concern for the market to come down as well. I will answer your one CSP though. Kevin says, at FX Evolution, I know I'm really late today, but I still decided to pass through, really digging the new setup. Thanks very much, Kevin. Appreciate it. Let's go back to our 4 screen just quickly here. So stock market has recovered a little bit. It's still kind of floating around that zone. Tilray coming down now. AMC not holding. And Roku was on the breakout before. DocuSign definitely one to watch. I still think Net is worthwhile watching through structure. Square, PayPal, CRM up 3 now. That was amazing. So I've loved CRM for about a week now. It's been a bit slow to get off, but it seems like people are starting to warm up to that one. Things to watch today. Where does the US 500 close? If it closes under 39.45, that's the area that I'm looking at being resistance. I'll make a video about tomorrow. DocuSign breakout. Very cool stuff here and great structure if it does pull back to the 260. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank the 935 people that stayed here to 1:48 a.m. in the morning with us. We will be back tomorrow for another live stream. Definitely join us there. If you enjoy the new setup, please let me know. We'll keep going. We'll keep definitely pushing through. And I will bring in a little bit more structure. I want to do scanning with you guys. I want to show you how I find some stuff. And things like DocuSign, you know, what a great entry point this was. A beautiful entry point for us to take. We see previous resistance, wick rejection, a series of higher lows, holding that 20, showing there's that bullish momentum coming in like never before. Over here was more of a flash up. This was a well thought out. Volume was here as well. This crazy day there was volume. There was accumulation coming through, and then bam, nice big takeoff. So definitely remember to subscribe, hit that alert, and we'll leave you with the intro. But of course, that's only because I love the little thing that we made recently. So it'll say stream starting soon, but I thought I'll leave you with this one. Catch you guys.